It's the Orioles on Masson, and it is the rubber match of the three-game set against the Yankees. They have split the first two. The Orioles looking to take that series win. It would be their first of the year. Last season, the Orioles and Yankees in the first series of the season, the Orioles won it. They're trying to do the same thing again this year and try and get a win streak started again. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome at Camden Yards tonight. A beautiful night for baseball and a good crowd coming in to see this ball game. Let's take a look at what's happened in the first two games. These two teams splitting the hits. Yankees with the advantage. The runs. Yankees with the advantage. Runner in scoring position number, amazingly, for the Orioles, but that came in just one game, and it was number one. The ERA, Orioles 4.5 and the Yankees 3.71. That's why the Yankees right now come into this ball game thinking they got a shot at taking game three.
You're right, and Dave Tremblay, who manages the Orioles, of course, is saying, well, listen, the key to winning series, and the Yankees won the 5 out of their first 6, is win the first game. So the Orioles do that, and then tonight it's really up, as far as I'm concerned, it's up to your starting pitcher. Brian Mattis has got to do what he's done all year long, which is pitch deep into the ball game, and then the Orioles have to do what they've done all year long when he actually pitches, which is 5, 6, 8, and 6 runs. They do that tonight. They have a chance to beat A.J. Burnett, who's 9-2, but with a very high lifetime ERA against the Orioles.
Well, the Orioles, their hope with the bats have come alive here. During this homestand and really at the end of the road trip, a couple of Orioles came alive, including Nick Markakis and Miguel Tejada. And obviously, if the Orioles offense is going to be good, these two have got to be at their peak. Tejada, 8 for 21 since coming off that strained hip. He rested for 4 games. Nick Markakis, 8 for 22 in his last 5. Those two get going, and the chance of scoring runs increases.
Well, it really is, because Tejada hits behind Markakis. And, you know, Nick has walked, 13 times. I mean, he's starting to swing the bat well. A home run off of CC Sabathia. He hadn't given up a home run in 54 innings here at Camden Yards. He took him to left center field. Burnett's only given up one home run. Mattis has only given up 1 home run. But if Tejada starts hitting A.J. Burnett, all of a sudden you can't pitch around Markakis because it just makes it that much more difficult.
Brian Mattis, when he faced the Yankees in the first outing against them, came away with a win, an impressive performance. Joe Girardi saying today, we were impressed, number 1, because he's a young kid, number 2, because he did it at Yankee Stadium in his first outing against us. They say, look, Mattis is just exactly what you think he is. Girardi says he's got the goods. We've got to try and get him out of the ballgame.
Well, he does, and, it's funny, Derek Jeter says, I don't look at film. They know exactly what Brian Mattis did to him in last September. It was his last start of 2009. They know he can pitch inside. They know he'll throw a changeup in any count. And Kevin Long, the hitting instructor for the Yankees, said, as a matter of fact, that changeup's 5 miles per hour slower than his fastball. So they're well prepared, and I think Brian's handling very well. He said, listen, I had a great game, but I have to pitch my game, and his game is getting strike 1 and then pitching, not throwing, something he's done very well this year.
All right, Orioles take the field. We get set to go to the final in this matchup with the Yankees, and who is this? Yes, it is. All right, covering the bases tonight, Adam Jones. We'll talk with him, his friends, and his second family, all coming up. You by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Orioles open this series up with a 5-4 win in Game 1. And in Game 2, the Yankee bats got going early for CC Sabathia. They came away with the 8-3 win. Here we are for the rubber match at Camden Yards. And what a night it is. Take a look at our train. Game time temperature 67 degrees. Visit trainsearch.com to locate an independent train dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Let's take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines for Joe Girardi's Yankees tonight. It'll be Jeter, Swisher, Teixeira, Rodriguez, Canó, and Timms, Granderson, Cervelli, and Gardner. Canó leading the American League, in fact, the majors, with that .390 average.
And take a look at our scouting report on the 23-year-old left-hander. 6-game win streak dating back to last year. 2-0 this season. Left out. Well, he's really battled lefties. No extra base hits in 2010. About a .216 lifetime average of left-handers. And then, as he said, pitch your own game. I mean, yeah, got the scouting reports. He knows how to pitch. He has a pretty good idea because he really baffled the Yankees. Able to pitch to both sides of the plate. Probably broke in 7 innings about 5 bats in New York last September.
Trying to get something cleared up in front of the Yankees dugout here. That's the delay piece of equipment that was outside. Las Diaz at third. Asked them to move it in. They did. And here we go. Derek Jeter stands in. He's got a couple of hits in 9 at-bats during this series. Comes in with a .306 average on the year. And we'll take the pitch inside for a ball. And we are underway. For Jeter on the year against the lefties, he is hitting .259, .328 off right-handers. Ryan Mattis, the 1-0 delivery. Jeter will foul that away and even it up at 1-1. Yankees are concluding a 9-game road trip. They have 4 wins and 4 losses. The Orioles, with the win here at home, trying to get just their second home win. Joe Girardi's Yankees are 13-7. The Orioles 4-17. And Jeter fouls it straight back 1-2.
Yeah, good late life on that fastball at 93. So in Boston, I bet the highest fastball, at least miles per hour, not that he didn't command it well, had a 3-1 lead all the way to the 7th, was probably 91. So not too hard to get up if you can control your adrenaline rush against the Yanks.
1-2 delivery, and Jeter's on with a base hit. So Jeter starts it out with a single.
Take a look right there. There's the 4-seam fastball for Brian Mattis, the 2-seamer. The tails away from the righties into the lefties. The curveball, which is what Jeter just hit into left field. The slider, a little bit higher on the baseball, and then here's the equalizer right here. A changeup he'll throw in pretty much any count.
And that's going to bring up Nick Swisher. Swisher moved up in the lineup to the number 2 spot. He'd been hitting down lower. He's .304 against left-handers. That's one reason. Throw over to get Jeter back. The other reason, he's red hot. He is 6 for 9. Swisher is in this series. He's having a tremendous month. .284 for him. 4 doubles, couple of triples, 2 home runs. And he will take the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Going to run against him. Beware, as Matt Wieters right now most caught stealing by the American League catchers. Wieters there with Molina, Alex Avila, Lou Marson among the leaders in the American League. That one is going to be the third, caught on the fly. Jeter back to Hada, hangs on to the baseball. Swisher's retired.
Yeah, the changeup slows the bat down, and if you locate it well, and that's what Swisher hits on the end of the bat. So the line drive with not much on it, right to Miguel Tejada for the first out.
Mark Teixeira. Couple of hits. 8 at bats in the series. Still hitting just .133 on the year. Continues at the bottom of all major league hitters so far this season at average. He will take it outside. You look at the fewest at bats per home run all time by Maryland natives. None other than Baltimore's own Babe Ruth, then Jimmy Fox, XX, and then Mark Teixeira, all time. That's up high for a ball. And Teixeira goes ahead on the count, 2-0. Ryan Mattis 7-2 lifetime with one of those wins coming against the Yankees that we talked about last September. Teixeira will take that one on the outside club. 2-ball, 1-strike count. First inning, lifetime, and it's only 2 years. He's given up 3 runs, 17 hits in the first inning. Mattis has. Jeter, very short lead, throw over. We'll get him back.
Yeah, at this point in Brian's career, doesn't have the great move, but he's so smart that Tampa Bay, who will run you out of the ballpark, or at least attempt to do that, he would just, kind of just step over there, and he actually picked two off.
Teixeira launches it to left field, and that's going to hit just near the base of the wall. Jeter looking at the play. Throw will come into second, and a double for Teixeira. Second and third, one down.
Well, I'll tell you what, this team's going to test you. We saw that last night on their way to 15 hits and 8 runs. Going to be a high changeup right here, and then Teixeira, Kevin Long, his hitting instructor, said he's starting to get hot, and we saw that last night. Hit a couple balls hard. Jeter all the way to third. And Teixeira very easily able to get to second base.
Yankees came into this series having scored only 6 runs in the first inning, the fewest in the major leagues. They got 2 in the first inning last night and are threatening here with 1 away. Here's A-Rod. 1 down, and the breaking ball is in there for a strike. A-Rod in this series has not had a hit. He has gone 0 for 9, hitting .316 off left-handers, 100 points higher than he is against righties. 0-1 is inside to him, 1-1.
And the one thing that, of course, Alex Rodriguez, I think you've been talking all series, 585 home runs, 1 behind Frank Robinson, but lifetime 300 hitter, 305 through the course of his career as the Yankees. This will be his 7th year, 300 on the nose. Oh boy, he just misses that. But again, for Brian Mattis, it seems to me, because he has such a feel for such a young pitcher, that right now he realizes I got a curveball up to Jeter. Well, that's why Jeter has 2,700 and 75 hits. I hung a change up to Teixeira. That's why he got $180 million. I got to make better pitches, and he's capable of doing that.
1 ball, 2-strike delivery, 2 in scoring position. A-Rod trying to hold up on that, and it comes inside off the bat on him. And that'll be a 1 ball, 2-strike count. A-Rod has done .278 with runners in scoring position, so he's been pretty good. The Yankees have done a good job with runners in scoring position, and it's one of the reasons they've won ball games, even with Teixeira and Johnson not hitting.
Well, yeah, they've done a nice job because their pitching's been so good. They've scored 108 runs and only given up 75 through the first 20 games.
1-2 delivery on the way. That one to right field. Tagging up Jeter at third. Drifting back Markakis on the warning track. Moving over to third base. Teixeira. Scoring is Jeter. Sac fly and an RBI and a 1-0 Yankee lead. And as you saw in that fly ball, the ball tonight is carrying.
Yeah, it did not carry the 2 previous games of this series, and balls were jumping. All right, here, ball just going, and Nick going with it. So a nice piece of hitting by Alex Rodriguez.
Rodriguez picks up RBI number 13 on the season. The leader is Robinson Canó in RBIs for the Yankees, and there he is. Robinson Canó leading the world in hitting here in the month of April. 390 is the best in the majors. Tied for third in the majors in hits with 30 and multi-hit games, leading the league with 10. 2 down. Canó will take it in there for a strike.
Yeah, he went up to look for a breaking ball after he sizzled a line drive to center on a fastball. Got it, and then hit it for his 6th home run last night. And if you're a left-handed pitcher, even though, as we mentioned, Brian Maddox been terrific against lefties, Canó hitting over 300, 426 hitting against right-handed pitching.
Robinson Canó is just, literally on fire. 0-1 delivery to him and a chopper to second base. On the outfield grass is Wigginton. He'll make the play and get the out. But a run will score. The RBI goes to Rodriguez. Yankees take the early lead. We'll check the lineup for the O's. The Orioles starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. For the O's tonight, Jones, Markakis and Wieters, Tejada, Scott, and Wigginton. Ryan Hughes back in with Reimold and Asturias. Nick over the last 6, 407, home run and 2 RBI.
And our scouting report, 9-2 against the Orioles. It's been 22 1/3 innings since the last home run. That was Victor Martinez. And then going back into last year, 3-0 in the last 7 road starts. And so the Yankees, who played the best baseball, 57 wins last year out of their 103, he played well, and he was a major part of it.
Should tattoos be illegal on pitchers' arms, like wearing white scarves and all kinds of brightly colored jewelry, because it will distract the hitter?
It's a good point.
I'm just kidding.
Apparently it's not illegal.
Just kidding. But you do notice those on the arm of A.J. Burnett. He gets ready to go. Jones coming to the plate. Burnett 13-9 last year with a 4.04 ERA. He's got 102 wins, 85 losses lifetime. 33 years old. Jones will tackle him first. Adam has a 5-game streak going, even though he has really struggled here. As far as getting on base, he's been able to do it, but the hits have come mighty hard. He's hitting just .202, a couple of walks, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, and the Yankees have held him off base here.
Well, you just hope he has a good night. You know, not a guy you really want to lead off with 2 walks and 94 at bats and the low on base percentage of .227, but you hope he's going to get hot. If you had anybody else, you probably would be leading off.
Against Burnett, he is 5 for 22 with 1 home run.
Which really, when you consider A.J. Burnett with, you know, the blazing fastball and the snapdragon curveball, not that bad of numbers. I mean, it's not glowing, but it's, you can see right there, late life on the heater, and it's going to be, you know, usually 93 to 95. Well, maybe not. First fastball tonight was 89.
He has been hit this year, 298 opponents, especially left-handers. Left-handers are 341 off Burnett. Right-handers 260. Well, the lefties have put up real good early numbers in his first 4 starts. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Jones, and he'll fight that one away. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Orioles have lost 7 of their last 9 games against the Yankees. Trying to get back here against Burnett with those 102 wins in his career. ERA under 4. Yankees are going to be going home to play the White Sox, trying to take a winning road trip with them. 1-2 delivery. The Orioles, on the other hand, have the Red Sox coming in, and they're trying to go 3-3 on the year against the Yankees and Boston, if they can get a victory in this game and take the series. And for Dave Tremblay's ball club, that's no small matter, just to get some confidence going against these Eastern Division rivals. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Infield playing Jones to pull. Adam goes the other way in the air. You take a look at the numbers. We've talked about the Orioles schedule. The most games played within the division this year in MLB. The Rays have already played 16. The Brewers 15 in the Central. The Orioles 14 against the East. The Twins have played 14 against the Central, and the Red Sox 13 against Eastern Division opponents. So in the weighted schedule, those are the teams that have been most weighted early on.
And when you're playing well, even though the American League East is tough, it doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
And the Rays, great pitching, clutch hitting. They've won, 13 out of the last 15 to go 16-5. So that was the hope for the Orioles, but that was kind of squashed when you had the injuries, and especially when you consider the guys that got hurt.
Yep.
That were supposed to be integral parts of getting off to a good start, and then the schedule. So it's a combination of things, but they have been battling, and you just hope that you can win this one and win 2 out of 3, as you mentioned.
Jones with a 3-ball, 2-strike count, working Burnett here, and he'll foul it away again. He keeps it going. One of the interesting things with the Orioles losing as they have been, and the Red Sox not playing particularly well right now, and this is very early, but the Eastern Division of the American League is no longer number 1. The National League East, all teams combined, then the West, then the East and West of the American League are tied in win percentage, followed by the 2 Central divisions of the American and National Leagues. And obviously the Red Sox number has something to do with that American League East win percentage being a bit lower. Here's Jeter. And Burnett wins the battle as Jones is out of there, one down.
We'll take a look at the Yankee defense. Gardner can run him down. Granderson, so their defense is really much better this year. Swisher in right field. He can go get him. Rodriguez, Jeter, Canó, Teixeira, Gold Glove last year, and Cervelli. Francisco, with Posada getting hit on the right knee, a good catch and throw guy, and of course he's also what, six out of 7 with runners, actually 5 out of 6 with runners in scoring position, and AJ Burnett very comfortable throwing to him.
Jorge Posada available in an emergency only. They don't want to put him on the DL, hoping that knee will just feel better with the day off here in this game. But Posada hit by Guthrie in the ball game and had to come out early, and Cervelli had that 2 for 4 after he came in. Nick Markakis is up to his average now to 284. Nick, 17 hits, last 52 at bats. That's a 327 pace over that time period. He had started out 6 for 29, 209, but after that has picked it up and moving back up towards that 300 mark. Got his first home run of the season. Still has only 4 RBIs on the year. Juggling of the lineup again with Markakis in the 2-hole and Wieters moving into that 3 spot for tonight's ball game. 1-1 delivery on the way. The floater is going to be outside. Burnett 2-1.
And that home run pretty much goes with the hitting style. 11 hits to left, 10 up the middle, only 2 balls to the right of second base this year for base hits. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that's the way they're pitching. There's a lot of power in the Orioles lineup, so we're just going to stay out there and let you hit the ball the other way, and poke a single. Occasionally you'll drive one like he did off of Sabathia, but probably a good way to pitch him. He's going to get his hits because he's a special hitter. But when you take the power numbers down, you bring the RBIs and the slugging percentage with it.
5th time he has hit in the number 2 spot this year, and he goes to left field. Gardner right there. Wasn't pretty, but he caught the ball. He thought that was going to stay up a little longer. It sank on him, and he just kind of did the old flop down and put the glove out.
Oh, we saw Curtis Granderson go back on a ball in the first game and then come in and make a marvelous play. And it really doesn't matter as long as they catch it. Not a whole lot of style points out there.
Matt Wieters. Matt in the 3-hole. He has not had a hit in this series as he's gone 0 for 6 for Matt. 313 off the right-hander so far. He certainly did not look comfortable in the ball game last night against CC Sabathia. He just never got any kind of timing down against the left-hander.
Well, he really pitched him well. Probably of all the Orioles, made better pitches. Change up for a strikeout, high fastball for the second one. Curveball close, but doesn't get the call. Then he struck him out with a breaking ball and then finally put a ball in play.
Matt is 0 for 5 and the times he has faced AJ Burnett. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. And Wieters will take that to left. Gardner, this is going to stay up for him, and he's got it. So 1-2-3 inning for AJ Burnett. 1 complete here at Camden Yards with the Yankees on top 1-0.
I'm apologetic to teammates for the inability to help him win a game in 5 starts. I'm apologetic to Jorge if he is to miss any time for yanking a pitch and hitting him.
I don't think he's doing it on purpose, but he hits a lot of people, and it's frustrating for us. And, you know, we know he's going to pitch inside. I don't have a problem pitching inside, but, I mean, what do you expect me to be happy our guys are getting plunked? I mean, I'm frustrated by it, and, you know, I wish he had better command in there.
Jeremy Guthrie, who plunked Jorge Posada, who indeed is missing a game. And one of the reasons that the Yankees are upset about it is Guthrie in the spring also hit a couple of batters, Teixeira and Cervelli, in spring training games. Marcus Tim's up, and it even goes a little deeper than that. Hit batters by opponents for Jeremy Guthrie. Half of the batters he's hit have been Yankees in his career. And they have not lost sight of that. So Girardi thought after the game last night it was time to say something after this happened last night.
Well, this is really part of the complete work last night. Totally no command at all. He over-rotates in the second inning. Throws the ball 2 feet away from Matt Wieters' target. And I could certainly, anytime you get anybody hurt, but Dave Robertson hit Ty Wigginton the other night and nobody apologized. The point is that lefties hit Jeremy. These guys dive in. They're the most disciplined team last year. They wear him out. He's trying to pitch to both sides of the plate, and he has trouble doing that.
Tim shattered the bat. Left field, Reimold. That's going to fall in, and that's going to be a base hit. So Marcus Tim's taking the DH role in this ball game, primarily because he's hitting .538 against left-handers.
Yeah, came in 7 for 14 collectively, so there you go. But that's exactly the reason they got him, because he's a high ball hitter. You know, right there you saw his strength. He can still get it to the outfield, shattering the bat.
So Granderson will come up with a runner on. Granderson 2 for 9 in this series, and foul tips that one. So the Yankees 3 hits so far off Brian Mattis in the ball game, and they've gotten the leadoff batters on in both the first and second innings. Mattis 63% retiring leadoff batters prior to tonight. Shallow center, Jones. He's got it. Granderson is retired. Runner at first with 1 away. Tonight's second inning brought to you by Luna. Call today for the Luna Double. Get your second room of flooring free. Call 877-241-LUNA. The all-time double leaders. Jeter got one last night to move into a tie with Mattingly on the Yankee leaderboard, chasing Gehrig and Bernie Williams. Babe Ruth guy had a few, too.
Did he ever? But I think we've already seen Brian Mattis when he makes bad pitches. His team is good enough. They're one of the best hitting teams in the majors. They're going to hit him. And to me, the first inning was all about, I hang a curveball to Jeter. He's on his way to 3,000 hits. He'll hit that. Hanging change up to Teixeira for a double. Great at bat by Alex Rodriguez. As you look at right there, Brian Mattis pretty good with the numbers there. But at the end of the day, getting Canó out and keeping the inning to 1 run, it's pretty special. Hottest hitter in the American League. So he's just going to have to make adjustments, and you have to think. Again, 2 years ago he was in college. Last year at this time he's in A-ball. He's down at Frederick.
So 7 for 9 off left-handers, and will take the pitch inside. He had a 2 for 4 after coming into the ball game last night. Brian Mattis, you saw the numbers. We're going to keep an eye on those first pitch strikes for these pitchers because it matters. For Mattis, if he gets that first pitch strike, hitters at 236. If he doesn't, they're 283. That one in the air to center. Way under that one. Adam Jones is there. 2 down. Cervelli retired. So still on at first base, Marcus Timms. That'll bring up Brett Gardner, the Yankees' number 9 leadoff hitter. Gardner's had a 2 for 9 in the series. Brett Gardner bringing that tremendous speed to bear atop the leaderboard, stolen bases in the American League. He's hitting .310 on the year, no home runs, 6 RBIs, 9 stolen bases, and 10 chances.
Yeah, he's a guy that really does most of the running. I mean, Jeter can steal when he needs to, 3 out of 4. Granderson has great speed. He's 4 out of 4. But this guy's a burner.
Timms has not shown any kind of a lead over there at first base running-wise. 1-0 delivery on the way, check swing, and it's going to be a called strike, 1-1 on Gardner. Fred Gardner overall, career-wise, has been able to pick the bases up when needed. Juan Pierre's tied with him. Rajai Davis, third in the league. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way, fouled back into the screen. Gardner 48 for 55. That's 87% stealing bases in his young career. Most of the numbers, if you like to crunch them, say if you're not 75% effective in stealing bases as a team and as an individual, you are a negative influence on scoring runs. 1-2 pitch, and that is up high, 2-2.
Well, I saw an article the other day that if you steal a run, the sabermetricians say it adds 0.25 runs to your offense, and if you get thrown out, you take 0.62, which is a pretty significant number, off your offense. So you better make it.
That's why I have this calculator here, because nowadays you have to punch these in.
Well, I just read that in the Times.
Well, I know, I understand.
And David Johnson, I remember when I did all the Met games back in the 80s. Yep. Davey, my former second baseman, would always say, hey, it's got to be better than 75%.
2-ball, 2-strike count with 2 down. Gardner fighting Brian Mattis here. Breaking ball up high. The other thing I saw the other day was on it's called a fan graph, another numbers thing, which confirmed all that we have talked about pitching wise over the years as far as when certain pitches are thrown. They did a breakdown of every pitch thrown in the game in 2009. Runner goes. That ball is going to be hit in the air to center field. That's called a tease, because we're not going to tell you what that study said until we come back from commercial break. So you'll watch the commercial and then we'll tell you.
Has been well documented this year, but earlier today Dave Tremblay stressed the importance of hitting with runners in scoring position early in the game. Last night the Orioles had opportunities in both the first and third innings. They didn't get the runners in. As a result, CC Sabathia stays in the game. He goes 7+ innings, and that has sort of been a theme this year. Of the Orioles' 22 games, 15 of them, 15 opposing pitchers, have stayed in the game 6+ innings. So they're not knocking starting pitchers out of the game. They're not getting to the bullpen where they're able to maybe face a weakness with the team. And with the Yankees, that could be the case. The starting pitching has been phenomenal, so the only shot you might have is to score some runs early and try to get to the bullpen as quick as possible. And that's what they did in the first game, Gary.
And Amber, the numbers back that up with the Yankees pitching overall 4th in ERA. They've given up the fewest hits per 9 innings. Their starters are 4th in ERA. Their bullpen, though, is 11th.
Yeah, but if you go back, it's really easy to say we want to generate a lot of offense early. Now, obviously Joe Girardi wants it. Dave Tremblay, who's managing the Orioles, wants it. But again, you go back to since Seattle, the last game, Felix Hernandez. Then you get Lackey, you get Lester. Then you get a knuckleballer. And then you get Phil Hughes coming off a one-hitter, and you get Sabathia, who was 19-game winner, Cy Young 2 years earlier, and now you got A.J. Burnett, who's got one of the lowest batting averages against over the last 3 years in the American League. It is not as easy to do as you'd like to think it is.
They are the opponents.
Yes.
That's who you play.
Oh, I understand that, but that's why they're good at what they do.
Somebody beats them. He pitches taken up high on a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Tejada has a 2 for 7 in this series. Nobody has beaten Burnett, at least so far this season. He's 2-0. The team has gone 3-1 in his starts on the season. He had the wins against Tampa Bay and Texas. That'll be played. A-Rod. He got it and one away here in the second inning. Tomorrow, the Orioles begin the 3-game series with the Red Sox. Good seats still remain for each game. Show Red Sox Nation the colors at home. For tickets, 888-848-BIRD to go to Orioles.com. We were talking about that Fangraph thing. It said exactly what everybody has said in baseball for the longest time about they tracked all the pitches 2009, when were pitches thrown. It was exactly as you would expect. The fastball first pitch 66% of the time. Fastball 3-0 count 66% of the time. When do you see the slider, change up, and breaking ball? When the pitcher's ahead in the count, and that's about the only time that it gets thrown by most pitchers overall. The numbers, there was nothing in the numbers that was away from anything you would have thought. It's just it's the first time that anybody's ever tracked an entire season's worth of pitches and figured out when they were thrown at what part of the count.
And then when you get a guy that's a little bit of an aberrational pitcher, not that A.J. Burnett is, but Brian Mattis certainly can, because he throws a lot of changeups. And Mike Flanagan down visiting, because he'll be in New York broadcasting next week, said it's amazing about Brian is that when he throws his curveball, he gets it over. And he can do it early in the count. But he can also start you off blowing away with that 66% fastball, maybe more.
Check swing, foul ball, Luke Scott.
You know, the one thing about the difference between when I played and now is that you can just ask to dial up every at bat you've ever had against A.J. Burnett. You can watch him in his last start. You can get the numbers that tell you he throws 72% of his first pitch fastballs, and you get a pretty good idea of what he's going to do and how he got you out, and then you hope to adjust.
0-2 the count, and Scott will take it inside. Billy Beane was telling me when we were in Oakland, he's got a whole room full of computer geeks who's supplying with numbers regarding the game, and he was telling me how now with the last stuff they gave Billy Beane is the number of rotations on a breaking ball, and how many rotations are there when hitters hit the breaking ball, and how many rotations on a breaking ball when they don't hit it. And does that really have anything to do with the success of a pitcher and or hitter against curveballs? Swung out and missed. Scott got him. He rolled his eyes telling me that.
Well,
as he says, then I asked my computer people, please tell me how it's going to help me win or lose.
Well, now let's go back and get the geeks out on this one. This is a hanging curveball, but hanging curveball from A.J. Burnett, who throws a couple of fastballs, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He hung it, and he didn't hit it because he threw a couple pitches 98. So
how much of it matters what
right,
came
exactly.
before and after, right?
Yeah. I think it'd be a little bit better, which is what the scouts do. Hey, he got away with a hanger, or he hit a good one. And if you do that over the course of a year, career, or whatever, you usually have a guy that's either going to struggle or be successful.
Ty Wigginton has not struggled. 5-game hit streak coming into this one, batting at .322. 3 doubles, 6 homers, and 12 RBIs, and he keeps it up against Burnett. His 6th hit in 24 at-bats against Burnett, and the Orioles have their first base runner with 2 down here in the second inning.
Fastball hitter getting fastball in the middle of the plate. I think if you're A.J. Burnett, you're just happy he's just singled up the middle. I think he was outside middle and up. And Ty Wigginton, they all know, and whether it's going to be the Yankees tonight or the Red Sox coming in, he's not missing that pitch. He's having very, very good swing.
And that will bring Hughes up. The rookie Ryan Hughes back in the ball game, playing at first base in this one. He's hit safely all 3 games since coming up. The 5 hits in 13 at bats. A.J. Burnett, when they're on, he gets tougher. When they're empty, a very high 370 batting average. Those are the numbers in the starts this year. Ryan Hughes with a 1-0 count. Wigginton off first. Hughes has not missed the veterans' little needles in Boston. There was a sign behind the dugout that said, "Ryan, will you marry me?" That was the first game he'd ever played at the major league level. So as a result, he has garnered the nickname Hollywood. And around the batting cage, they remind him of it. 2-0 count. Wigginton off first, and that's going to be to left field. Gardner playing over there, but there'll be no play. Foul ball. 2-ball, 1-strike count.
I was watching him take ground balls yesterday, and I mean, he would pick it over there and then throw a rock at the second base. And I said, "Do you ever pitch?" He said, "Oh yeah, junior college." Left-handed pitcher. He's got a great arm, which will help in turning double plays. Assuming he catches the ball, of course. It seems like he's got soft hands. Big kid. What do we think about? Almost 6'5". It's kind of the left-handed version of Evan Longoria, because he looks like very relaxed. Longoria, one of the better right-handed hitters. And he looks like he's going to goes off until he sees the pitch he can hit, and then he wakes up in a hurry. Yep.
The 2-1 delivery on the way, and another one foul back, and it'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, 96, 98. Phil Hughes got him out on a couple of curveballs on Tuesday night. 6'5" right-hander for the Yankees.
Juan Samuel had a great comment on Hughes before the game tonight. Juan said, "Look, he comes up there hacking because there's no book." He says he's got to be thinking, they don't know who I am. I don't know who they are. I'm going to come up swinging until they find out. And they can't get those scouting reports that fast. 2-2 delivery on the way. Grounded to first base to Shera with a quick pick backhanded. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. We are covering the bases tonight with the Orioles center fielder, Adam Jones. We'll hear from him and friends as we go along.
Whenever he wants to tell you something, he'll tell you a story leading up to what he wants to tell you rather than just tell you. So he was telling me, these stories about him growing up in L.A., just kept going. And I'm just like, okay, because it's bad in practice. I'm like, all right, time to go hit. So I would go and hit in the cages. And then afterwards, he just came into me, called me in his office, and told me I was going to the All-Star game. And it was just like my heart dropped because it was like, this is a special moment, It's been, every year, it's usually somebody has to go and represent the team, and it was cool that I got to, me and George had a little debate about it, stick it to the Mariners or whatever, because they traded over me and him, and we both got to go to All-Star games, but it was just, it was a blessing.
Covering the bases with Adam Jones, his comments on the first All-Star game last year. Tejada up with that one, and that will retire. Jeter has singled his first time up. And there's one away. Adam, the center fielder, first-round draft pick, Seattle in 03. That's what he was talking about. Acquired by the Orioles in that Bedard deal, and the All-Star and a Gold Glove winner last year.
He had a very nice year, and trying to get back to where he was really the first 2 months of the year. It's 369, 333, and then the league started to adjust. He still made the All-Star game, and then the injury. I think for him, he just wants to stay healthy the entire season. Hasn't been able to do that the last 2 years.
Nick Swisher. He lined out his first time up. Swisher will take it away for a ball. He's homered in 9 of the last 19 games that he has played here in this ballpark. 10 home runs in 19 games here at Camden Yards. Towering fly ball. Jones. He's got it. Brian Mattis has a couple of quick outs here in the 3rd inning. The O's take on the Yankees again during a 3-game series, June 8, 9, and 10. Good seats still remain for each game. They will not last, and Tuesday, June 8, is an Ollie bargain night, so all upper reserve seats are only $8. You can get tickets in advance. For details, 888-848-BIRD, or go to Orioles.com. Here's Mike Teixeira. 2 down, nobody on. He doubled. He was stranded in the 1st inning. Couple of home runs, 9 RBIs on the year for him. Teixeira 3 hits, 9 at bats in this series. The off-speed breaking ball inside to him, 1-1. The Maryland native always garners his share of cheers and boos here at Oriole Park when he comes to the plate.
Well, those fans probably wanted him to be here, obviously.
Long run. Markakis is playing the other way. Diving and makes an outstanding catch. Nick Markakis in right field, robbing Teixeira. That retires the side in order. Airlines. Go to Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. With them, Theo Harris, Jim Palmer, I'm Gary Thorne. The Orioles trying to take this series. Rubber match, 3-game set. Nick Markakis with a fine defensive play to get Teixeira and that last half inning. Now the Orioles try and get the offense going here. It'll be Reimold, Torres, and Jones coming up. Nolan Reimold, at least verbally, saying that heel, which has kept him out of some ball games and out of left field, is fine. That he can play on it, run on it. Now, how much of that is just wanting to play and how much of that is it's really fine, time will tell.
Well, he was talking about that, 50, 60 at-bats doesn't really indicate, especially considering how painful it was in spring training. I mean, if you were chronicling him in spring training, 1 for 22. And then he really got hot. But it still bothered him. And he was talking that I was talking about last night. I don't know if he's going to have the kind of year he had last year, but he's certainly capable of doing it. But again, your sophomore year, they adjust. And he made some really good adjustments last year.
Up the middle, Canó's got it, makes a running throw. Oh, mercy. Is there a stronger arm at second base in Major League Baseball than Robinson Canó?
Well, he looks so casual sometimes, but then again, when you talk to Mickey Kelleher, who their infield coach, I mean, he just can't make this play. I don't know if anybody else can make this play. You can do the jump Robbie Alomar used to do. Bobby Grich would have stopped and thrown a rocket because he was a former quarterback. But again, that one angle we showed you shows you how quickly just to get to the ball, because it was top spinned up the middle, and then to make that kind of throw, and not to mention the accuracy.
He may be at the All-Star game this year. Here's his Torres, and we'll take that for a strike.
And again, it's a 1-0 game.
They all matter.
Especially a leadoff hitter.
54% of leadoff batters retired by A.J. Burnett, but he's retired all 3 so far in this game. His Torres 4 for 7 in the series. He fouls that one off. Torres has really had the bat going here, getting back home. 3-game hit streak, 6 for his last 10. And his Torres upping the average to 276 now on the year. He's 2 for 15 lifetime off Burnett. He's had 3 consecutive multi-hit games, and he will take that one away. Torres in his careers had 4 streaks of 5 consecutive multi-hit games. He's done it 4 times. 1-2 strike count from Burnett. He has walked nobody and struck out 1. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Yankees up. Sac fly by Rodriguez in the 1st inning. That one misses inside. Orioles would love to get Burnett out of there and get to that bullpen where the Yankees have had their problems. These Yankee starters have continued to go deep in games.
Yeah, even when he struggled in a game where they lost, he didn't lose. At least, but that was his last game. 9 hits, 6 1/3 innings, 4 runs. He still got into the 7th inning.
2-2 delivery on the way. As Torres to left. Gardner. And there are 2 down. Time for our AT&T Mobility Trivia question. Who is the only player to win a Gold Glove at different positions? Did he play for the Brewers?
Yes. He's in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Over 3,000 hits?
Yes.
Hit 2 home runs in the playoff, or the last game of the year off me?
Milwaukee Brewer.
No.
Darren O'Stott.
Well, we were almost right. It's funny. You read so many press guides that you know that you read that somewhere. And I remember because, he was announced when he hurt the hamstring, they moved him to first base. And, he was a terrific center fielder. Had 240 hits one year before he hurt the leg with the Angels.
We almost sold that, I know they were thinking about changing. They were down there thinking about changing the answer because we were so positive.
Well, yeah, but Robin Ratyow came up as a shortstop and then went to center field. I don't even know if he won a Gold Glove ever. He might have.
I thought he did, but then again,
we thought he did it. We thought 2 different positions too.
Right. And a 1-2 strike count. So he did win one. They are telling me at short, not in the outfield though.
After he hurt his shoulder, he went to center field and then just ran him down.
Adam Jones grounded out his first time up. 2 down, nobody on against Burnett. And the 1-2 delivery. A.J. Burnett has a perfect mark here. Camden Yards. He is 4-0 with a 4.75 ERA. So in this ballpark, 6 career starts and a 4-0 record. Orioles would like to put one under the other column here, and this is all said and done. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and out of the other way foul.
I'll tell you, what an arm. A.J. Burnett, he's 33. He's got a very deceptive windup. It looks like he swings his leg. He really doesn't. He starts very much like Kevin Millwood of the Orioles. It's almost like he's in a stretch position out in front of the rubber, and again, being close to 6'5". The sidearm reminds me a little bit of Don Drysdale. And then again, already has touched 97 and 98 tonight.
2-2 delivery. That's a shot up the middle for a base hit. So we're covering the bases tonight with Adam Jones, and he covers first with a base hit. And as happened in the second inning, the single comes with 2 away. But it does give Nick Markakis a chance with a runner on. Nick flied out to left field his first time up.
Well, last year Cervelli threw out 60% of the runners. This year 0 for 5. You would think this would be a running situation. And again, Adam Jones said, well, you know what? I guess I'm just going to have to be aggressive, take a chance. It's really not a chance. It's a calculated chance. I mean, he's got a huge lead.
2 down. Markakis takes it. It's a strike on the inside corner. Nick with that .314 average against Burnett coming in. And with a hot bat. So it seemed to be a matchup in which he's got a real shot. Jones at first. Good lead. Burnett sees it.
Yeah, it is hard when you're right-handed unless you open that front shoulder to really see over there. Especially when you have a very astigmatic left eye, as I did. But, you know, of course, Boog used to always yell, Boog Powell, throw over.
I'll get it. 0-1. Jones increases his lead. Does not go. Throw down. Cervelli. Right behind the hitter with a quick snap throw that his catching coach used to have, Tony Pena.
Yeah, Nick doesn't have to get out of the way. I think you automatically flinch. Teixeira's got a
close play.
Yeah, and he had to reach back and come.
Now they go out to talk about it. There's Tony Pena. He would throw anywhere, anytime, any count, any score, any team. Behind hitters, over hitters, through hitters. Tony would throw the ball. And he made some snap throws like that at first that were just like Cervelli's. A good one. Markakis, 2-strike count on him. So Jones at least keeping the attention of Burnett here. There are 2 down. 1-0 Yankee lead, bottom of the 3rd inning. Runner not going. The 0-2 is inside. Cervelli, now he goes. Throws. Cervelli's not going to be in time. So Adam Jones up and going. It's going to be a wild pitch.
Yeah, 17 of them last year. Tied Felix Hernandez of the Mariners. Just a breaking ball, and Adam, very, very good instinct. Something you work on in spring training. You get your lead. The ball's in the dirt. Cervelli makes a nice job, and strong throw. Got it down there quickly. It'll bounce in front of Jeter. Great. Look at this camera work right there. And Eric's just trying to put a slap tag on him. Didn't work.
RX Mo brought to you by H.H. Gregg, making buying TV and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg, price advice guaranteed. 1-2 delivery up high. So now runner in scoring position, representing the potential tying run in this ball game. Nick Markakis chance at the RBI. Nick 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position as the skipper looks on, not trying to hold Jones. He's got a good lead out there at second base. The 2-2 delivery. Markakis inside out third. A-Rod long running throw and got him with the help of the stretch by Mark Teixeira. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on. 3 complete here at Camden Yards. The Yankees have the 1-0 lead with a little defensive work like this to maintain it. Robinson Canó makes an impossible play to get the out at first base. He can't do that. And then A-Rod with a long throw and Teixeira the stretch at first. D matters. Home Depot doing more on defense. More saving, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot. Teixeira the Gold Glove at first.
Yeah, nobody with better range. Some good fielding first baseman in this league.
A-Rod will pop that one up. Leaders use fans.
Yeah, that'd be nice to get A-Rod to pop the first one up and keep it in play. That's like when guys try to bunt and they bunt it back to you and you just go thank you. It's like Christmas came early.
Thank you.
Especially this guy. Well, he had a good at bat. The only run.
Jeter had singled. A one-out double by Teixeira, first and third. A-Rod got the sac fly. Then Brian Mattis got the final out.
And he did it with Brian ahead in the count, 1-2.
A-Rod takes that one inside. 305 batting average. Lifetime now against the Orioles. Leads all active in home runs and RBIs against the O's. 1-1. Mattis up high with it. A-Rod still looking for his first hit in this series, as he has had an 0 for 9. Frank Robinson next on the home run list. 2-1 pitch down to third and just foul. Miguel Tejada helping out Laz Diaz, the third base umpire, with a call.
Just in case he was indecisive or he was going to make the wrong one. Well, again, I mean, this is a young 23-year-old left-hander to one of the great modern-day hitters, and get into a fastball count, and he just throws him a little slider, and he pulls it foul. I mean, just not very predictable. You can't sit on any one pitch with Brian Mattis, and yet this is his first full year in the major leagues.
2-2 delivery, and again jammed in. This can take another good play. Barehanded Tejada. Oh, yeah! That's the way it's done.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody barehand a ball that deep to third base. Had lunch with Brooks Robinson yesterday. I mean, his ball's on the dirt. And he's playing very deep, as he should, with 2 strikes. And again, I guess pretty good way to play it if you pick it up. And of course, it's never been a throwing issue with Miguel.
All those 8:30 in the morning workouts with Juan Samuel. That's what they were about. Here's Robinson Canó, grounded out his first time up. Let's check in with Amber.
Miguel Tejada's been taking a lot of heat for those 5 errors he had, and Juan Samuel told me they still have a lot of work to do. But he said one of the things he wants Miguel to start doing is to feel comfortable using just one hand, whether it's picking up a ball on the grass like that.
That one deep in the air to right field. Canó got all of it, and goodbye home run. Robinson Canó again, just unstoppable. And it is a 2-0 Yankee lead.
Well, they went up and looked for a breaking ball last night, and tonight's fourth drive of the game, 7th home run of the season, hit 25 of them last year. Sets a curveball that stays up. And that's not a good idea to this guy, the way he's swinging the bat. And he just launches it.
2-0 lead. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. And Marcus Thames tries to follow up with another. That is the first lefty with a homer off Brian Mattis this year. It's only the 2nd home run that Mattis has surrendered on the season. And it is a 2-0 lead. In fact, Brian's given up only 3 home runs to left-handers in his early career.
That's the first extra base hit. No doubles or triples either this year.
Marcus Thames swings through that one. He had a single his first time up. Well, the Yankees using the long ball. One-two delivery on the way, and Thames fouls that one right straight back. Well, there wasn't any question watching batting practice tonight that if the first 2 nights were anti-homer, tonight was going to be at least neutral, if not favorable. The ball was really carrying 67 degrees, about 12, 13 degrees warmer tonight than it has been the last 2.
Yeah, the ball's carrying like it does here in the summer and like Yankee Stadium usually carries. Now with the more friendly dimensions, at least the new Yankee Stadium.
One-two delivery is going to be fouled off. One down, bases empty here after the homer by Canó. Ryan Mattis giving up just 4 hits. That one in the air to right. Markakis started back, comes in, and can't get it. That one fooled him off the bat, and Timms is 2 for 2.
Yeah, big swings by strong guys will do that. You try to read it into the hitting zone and then react, and sometimes you just get fooled. Big swing, ball hit kind of up on the trademark, so he's jammed him both times, and he's gotten hits both times. And there's the big swing. I mean, generates, and this guy does hit some home runs, and right there, he's laughing at somebody. He's 2 for 2, and he's broken 2 bats.
He'll take it. Now Granderson. Curtis Granderson flied out to center field his first time up. He's batting at .239 on the season. Runner at first base, 1 down. Marcus Timms. He's not getting any kind of a lead over there. That one in the air. That'll go to left center. Reynolds. Granderson is retired, and there are 2 down. That'll bring up Cervelli. Francisco Cervelli, who flied out to center field his first time up.
Yeah, man, Miguel Tejada look at him because he, again, great speed for a catcher. So he's not going to play very deep just in case he bunts. But now he's creeping back. I would imagine he'll be working his way towards home plate.
2 away, and the off-speed breaking ball will miss for a ball. Yankees have hit the left-handers so far this year at a .292 clip. Right-handers .261. So real good average by this team against left-handers. They've got 10 home runs off lefties. Up the middle, that is off the glove of Wigginton. It'll slow the ball down and allow Marcus Timms to go to third base. It'll be a base hit for Cervelli.
Yeah, pretty good high ball hitter. Sky had won the first time. This one down, actually, right? But it's in the middle of the plate. Great attempt by Ty Wigginton at second base.
Almost, but not quite.
Yeah, Timms is going to stop at second, except that the deflection slows it down, so it takes a little bit longer for Adam Jones to get to it.
Now a big out needed here. Brett Gardner has flied out to center field. There are 2 down. Runners at first and third. A run in on the homer by Canó. And the pitch is taken for a ball. Ryan Mattis, young 23-year-old left-hander. One of those key moments in a ball game. With the 2-0 lead for the Yankees. Breaking ball again. That's in there for a strike. 1-1.
And because of his speed, had 3 infield hits in one game this year, so you know he's a speedster. Never really had 1 bunt base hit all of last year, so that's what he worked on in the winter and spring training. So at least the threat of that is there.
1-1 to him and a big rip, and he fouled that one right straight down.
I think he liked to get that one. He's just asking whether that was a ball or a strike. Had a pretty good rip at it.
Gardner on the road trip, 5 hits in 17 at bats. Hitting .305 though on the year. Marcus Timms on at third. Cervelli on at first base. 2 down, 1-2 delivery in the way. And again punched back into the screen.
But he fits in that category. If you look at the Red Sox, who will come in to visit over the weekend, They went out and got Beltry. They went out and got Cameron. They went out and got Scudero, and it's all about run prevention. Gardner and Granderson's going to cut down on the runs this pitching staff gives up because they're going to get to a lot of balls, especially in Yankee Stadium, as big as it is.
Here's the 1-2 delivery again. Gardner takes it, and whoa, Mattis was heading to the dugout. Thought he had him. 2-2.
Well, take a look. It's going to be a high breaking ball. And you can see didn't catch the corner.
Well, the count goes to 2-2. Gardner foul tips into the mitt, and that will do it. Mattis gets the big strikeout and a big out. Canó had the home run. Orioles try and respond. Waiters, Tejada, and Scott Duup. Drive one. And by H.H. Gregg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg. Price and advice guaranteed. Good ball game again, and another close one. 2-0. Want to get those starters out if you can. Average innings by starters in the American League East to this day. Tampa Bay starters have gone the longest, followed closely by the Yankees, then the Jays, the Red Sox, and the Orioles. Starters staying in a ball game. Tampa Bay, one of the reasons they were on top in the East.
Yeah, Joe Madden saying that. It's certainly a starting point. How about David Price, the young left-hander out of Vanderbilt? He pitched a complete game the other night. Said, now I am seeing what I need to do to be successful.
That ought to scare the rest of the league.
Well, you know, Shields struck out 12 last night.
Waiters on a swing and a miss, 0 for 1, fly ball up. Orioles with just 2 hits, 2 singles, Wigginton and Jones. That will be inside, way inside, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Orioles have left only 2 on, 1 in scoring position. 2-6-0 for the Yankees, 0-2-0 for the Orioles. The Yankees have left 4, 2 for the O's. Dave Tremblay's ball club continuing this set against the Red Sox and Yankees, home and away. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Waiters on a check swing, and he's gone. So Matt, a couple of ball games where he's been really uncomfortable at the plate. You can tell by the swings. 2 strikeouts.
Well, great stuff. He'll do that. I mean, 93 to 98 mile per hour fastball with great life, and then the snap drive and curveball. And one thing about AJ, it's just the arm angle makes it very deceptive, especially for righties, but even left-handers, because you just don't see the ball. He has that little turn, and then great late life on his stuff.
Miguel Tejada And the pitch is taken for a strike. Tejada grounded out his first time up. Miggy with 2 for 8 so far in this series. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Tejada going the other way, will foul it away. Two strike count on Tejada. Burnett seemingly tonight able to throw strikes whenever needed.
Not last year, though. Led the American League. 18 more walks than anybody else. 97 and 208 innings.
He had 16 Ks, 8 walks in his first 4 starts. Miggy, that was a protect myself swing. Came way inside on him and he fouled it hard off on the first base side. Miguel pumping the average up. Good April career numbers. 300 lifetime in April. And that's foul tipped. Fair ball, and he's out. It went to the front of the plate. Tejada arguing that it hit him in the batter's box. Dave Tremblay's on his way out. It'll go as a put out for the catcher.
Yeah, most umpires immediately will call that ball foul if it's down by your feet, just because they assume that it may had a good chance of maybe hitting your feet. But that ball just kind of hits in the dirt and then spins forward, and Cervelli pounces on it. It's about an inch or two in front of home plate. The ball's going straight down. Watch it just go forward. That's the spin. The heads up catcher.
Make the play, worry about the call later. First rule on defense.
That's what he did.
Well, he did. So an easy out as a result of it to get Tejada, and there are 2 down. Luke Scott, a strikeout victim, his first time up, designated hitter. And Burnett outside to him. So Luke now 6 for 16 off Burnett lifetime with 2 home runs. Scott against the Yankees, a career 185 average. He does have 4 homers against Yankee pitchers. This is the Yankee pitcher he hits the best. 2-0 count. Burnett staying away.
I have seen him throw a changeup yet. So it's either been curveball or fastball. Struck out Luke on a curveball that just kind of stayed up. And Luke swung right through it.
2-0 delivery. Scott with the green light down to first. Teixeira gets the big hop. And Burnett retires the side in order. It remains the Yankees on top by a score of 2-0. We are covering the bases. Adam Jones, the Orioles center fielder. More from him coming up.
When I was 13, I was playing in a travel ball league and was playing against this team, the Red Wings, and I don't know, I did something against them. I pitched against them, and we beat them, by the way. I pitched against them and did something special, I guess. After the game, the coach for that team was like, we want you to play on our team. And I was like, yeah, I can't really afford to play for y'all travel ball team. You guys team go out and play all these other leagues and stuff. And, they really wanted me to play. And I guess the cost was the least amount of their worries. And we won a few championships since I played on their team. But that family, ever since I was 13, 14, has, been there right by my side every step of the way. And, I call Miss Ruiz all the time. She's like my second mom. And, my mom loves her also. And, it's just my family away from my family.
Talking about Steve and Debbie Ruiz, who did take him in, allowed him to play on that travel team. And Deborah Ruiz is joining us on the phone right now. We should take a look at Derek Jeter. Jeter down low. Debbie, thanks very much for being with us. We really appreciate it. Great to have you on board tonight.
Well, thank you. You're welcome.
Now, how did it come about that you were the family that Adam ended up with in order to be on that travel team?
Because my son is a catcher, and Adam was a pitcher at the time. And he showed up on our team one day and did a terrific job. And I asked my son, where did this kid come from? He goes, I don't know, but his name's Adam Jones, and he's wonderful. And he's been with us ever since.
Now, what was it? I mean, we know he's turned into a pretty good player, but was there something special about his personality that maybe struck you at that particular age? What, about 13?
He was 12.
12.
And, yeah, he was the kind of kid that could have gone the wrong way, and he didn't. And I really admired him. His mom did the best she could with him, given the tools that she had. And so we just tried to help things along. And so he would come and stay with us on the weekends so we could get him, to his tournaments.
There's an infield hit.
My son and him became best friends.
Sorry, Deb. That's an infield hit for Jeter. Good play. The only one that was available right there. Jeter gets his second hit of the ball game, 2 for 3, leading off the 5th inning. And Nick Swisher will come to the plate. Now, you have stayed with him through all this time, right? I mean, the travel team, obviously, that ended at some point, but you kept the relationship going.
Oh, yeah. He's like our other son. He's lived with us, like I said, on the weekends. And because my son and him went to a different high school. So during the week, he lived with his brother, and then on weekends, he lived with us.
Now, we understand now he was with you at your home on draft day when he got drafted?
Yes, he was.
Tell us about that.
Oh, that was amazing. All of a sudden, I look up my driveway, and I see all these people coming down my driveway, and I go, Adam, who are these people? And it's all his relatives, and it was just an exciting day for us, and for Adam as well.
Now, what's Jet doing now? Did he play baseball through high
Jet's
school?
still playing. Yes, he is.
Really?
He's a catcher. In fact, he just left today to go to Kalamazoo. He plays in the Frontier League for the Kalamazoo Kings.
Really? That's great.
Yes.
Well, wish him luck, please.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
But we know how important, as former pitcher, we know how important catchers are.
Yeah, and Adam would not, this was amazing. Adam would not pitch in a game unless Jet caught him.
And Adam was pretty good, too. Adam told me he was pretty good.
Yeah, well, I think he is.
I don't mean now. I mean back then. He said
pretty
he had
good pitcher.
Great arm.
Adam was a great pitcher. Awesome pitcher.
Still thinks he is, actually.
Shortstop.
That's right. Yeah. Now,
he's a better center fielder.
He's a better center fielder?
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to see him play at the Major League level?
Yes, we have. We went up to L.A. when they played.
Good.
And he's coming to San Diego in June.
Yep.
So we'll be at all those games.
Wonderful. 1-2 count here on Swisher. Jeter on at first base. Addison's delivery, and that's going to be inside. Just missed on that one. The two families have really kind of joined together now for Adam's benefit, have they not? I mean, you, his mom.
Oh, yeah. Andrew's a wonderful lady. And, and I don't know much about the rest of his family because I haven't really met them, but I have kept in contact with her. He needs all the support he can get. And, Adam loves words of encouragement. It's real vital to him.
You mean like get a hit?
Yeah.
Will that work?
Got one tonight.
Okay.
He always calls us when he's down.
Yeah, that's great, though. That says a lot for you.
Well, he talks to Jet. Him and Jet communicate a lot when they get down and they're hitting. and try to bring each other back.
Do you give him the little pep talk once in a while yourself?
Oh, of course I do. So does my husband. We just always tell him that we're proud of him. And he has such good work ethic. So, we're just amazed at him.
That one to left field will be hauled in. Swisher gets it. Or Reimel gets it. Swisher's retired. Debbie, we can't thank you enough for coming on to join us. Congratulations for all the work and all you've mattered in Adam's life. And we'll look forward to seeing you in San Diego.
Yes, we will. And thank you so much.
All right, a pleasure.
Okay, my pleasure, too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That's Deborah Ruiz. She and her husband, Steve, the second family of Adam Jones, in order for him to play on that travel team from the age of 12 up.
And that is something that a lot of kids will do. What a great opportunity to not only learn about baseball, but to get scouted and have an opportunity to realize your dream. And for Adam, he talked about that when I first met him a couple of years ago, that probably wouldn't have been much of a baseball player if it hadn't been. They
didn't have the money. No. Very poor family. She said he was not going to be able to afford the expense of playing on a travel team, and if the Ruiz family had not become involved, his career probably wouldn't have happened. He just wouldn't have played at that level of competition early enough. But they did, and here he is.
And it also got him going down the right road.
Yep. Mike Teixeira takes it inside. Teixeira's doubled and flied out, denied a hit on a great catch made by Markakis. Jeter's on at first base. 7 hits for the Yankees, out hitting the Orioles 7-2 and leading it 2-0. A-Rod, an RBI sac fly and a home run by Canó. Brian Mattis fisted him. Shortstop is Torres. Jeter back to first.
Well, that's the ability to pitch to both sides of the plate. Hung a changeup in the first inning, hit a double. Fastball away, this time fastball in. So we're seeing, even though Teixeira is struggling, that's just a fastball that gets in on his fist. And we saw that last September in New York. The big difference between tonight and in New York in September is run support. He is left with a 7-3. He won that game, or at least the Orioles won that game 7-3. A different story as far as support tonight.
So far.
Yes, well, you're right.
A-Rod, that one is in the dirt and will be blocked. Nice play made by Wieters. Brian Mattis has had run support that is the equivalent of any other 2 starters put together for the Orioles. He's the one who's gotten the runs, and obviously you got to have those to win some ball games. 1 ball, no strike count. A-Rod. Tejada made a great play on him last time. Check swing called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a 1 for 4. The only times he has faced Mattis, just the game last September, and now this one. And these 2 teams see a lot of each other, and Mattis will have a lot of numbers against the Yankees. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Check swing, foul ball again. That's twice in A-Rod's at-bats in this game that he's brought a pitch in that A-Rod just can't stay away from.
Well, he's really added and subtracted with his fastball. That one at 91, the first one that he fouled off was 88, but he got it in on him. And then when you think he got it timed, he just adds a little bit, or he takes a little bit off. Changeup's around 83, so that's that 5-mile-per-hour difference that Kevin Long, the hitting instructor for the Yankees, talked about, and then he's got the breaking ball to go with it.
Mattis with a 1-2 count. Jeter, very short lead, held by Hughes. The long look. Jeter goes. Swung on and missed. Got him. So Rodriguez goes down swinging. Couple of strikeouts for Brian Mattis. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. 2-0 Yankees.
start the Orioles Alumni Autograph Series. They'll be there at the Masson booth on Utah Street near Gate A, signing autographs and meeting fans. The station opens 90 minutes before first pitch and stays open until 30 minutes before game time. New and former Orioles will appear at every game. Tonight's Orioles alumni were Chris Hoyles, Nate Snell, and Ron Hansen. So come out to Oriole Park this season on Mondays and Thursdays. Relive some of your favorite Orioles memories. For more details, call the Orioles at 888-848-BIRD or visit Orioles.com. Gary?
Great program and a great chance for the players to get back and for the fans to have a chance to see them in a very congenial and low-intensity setting. Just come in and say hi.
And that's, I mean, that's, you know, I learned that when I was 18 from Cal Ripken Sr. He said the reason we're here is because of the people we're looking at right here. It doesn't change.
And these people here, at least I think a majority tonight, want this team to get some runs. Ty Wigginton coming up. Biggest crowd of the set here in this one, and obviously the great weather didn't hurt today. It's a great night to be at the ballpark. Red Sox coming in tomorrow. In fact, the Red Sox are already here, I would assume. They did not play today, so they are on the town in Baltimore. Ty Wigginton. Not too often you get the Red Sox Yankees in the same city when they're not playing one another.
And the Red Sox, after losing to the Orioles on Sunday, they won 13-12, 2-1, 2-0.
0-1 delivery on the way. A.J. Burnett will miss with that one, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Interesting quote today regarding the Red Sox from Theo Epstein, the GM, made to Murray Chass, the writer, in his online column. Epstein said of the Red Sox, there's a bit of malaise on the whole club for our first 20 games. And obviously, when somebody of that position says that publicly, it's about a little shot.
Well, yeah, you know, I think they know they're a good ball club, but I played on a lot of good clubs, and you do not win games on paper.
2-ball, 1-strike count.
And I think they're going to figure that out.
Pretty good chance with that talent. 2-1 delivery, ground ball to Jeter. One away here in the fifth. Join us again tomorrow. It will be game 1 of the Red Sox series. David Hernandez against John Lackey. Our coverage on Masson HD begins at 6:30 with those extra, presented by your local Ford dealer, followed by game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on Masson. You see the Red Sox this season, 24 home runs, third in the East, tied for third in home runs, an average with runners in scoring position. Hughes will fire that one away. Red Sox and Yankees and everybody else in the East having to keep a close eye on that Tampa Bay team, which won 4 in a row and has the 2.5 game lead over the Yankees, 5.5 over Boston. 0-1 count, 1 down.
And that was the word up when we were at Boston. No mulligans in the American League East. Can't afford to get too far behind because looks like there's going to be 3 pretty good teams in this division. In fact, exceptional teams.
Tailed away from Hughes on that pitch. He grounded out to first. The only time up he's had, as Burnett has been very effective, giving up only 2 hits, no walks. The Orioles just have left 2 on base. They've had only 1 base runner to second base. Jones on the wild pitch in the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and Hughes will take it up high. It's pretty good fastball thrown right there. He reared back, measured at 93.
Well, you talk about it all the time, your ability to get the first batter out. Obviously, it's more than that, but that's certainly a starting point. 50% of the time, 49% of the time, when the guy gets on, you're in and you're out. They usually score. Now, that changes when you have outstanding stuff.
1-2 to first. Just missed.
Yeah, kind of a tough situation here. If you're A.J. Burnett, and you know, I really haven't, as you mentioned, seen a lot of Ryan Hughes, you figure, well, he's late on my fastball, but I don't want to throw it in the middle of the plate. If I throw him a curveball like he just did, he almost doubled over the bag. About another foot would have been fair, and the Orioles would have been off and running.
1 ball, 2-strike delivery coming to Ryan Hughes, and he'll take the fastball away.
And they play him. I mean, Gardner's down the line. Granderson's in left center. Swisher is way over in right center. I mean, they're giving him the whole right field line, as they should. But if you hang a curveball, everything changes because you'll speed up his bat.
Swisher playing in the gap, and a foul ball again. 2-ball, 2-strike count.
I mean, what you've done is A-Rod's pretty much straight away, but your outfield is cut. I mean, you've taken this much of the field, and you just figure he's not going to hit it there, so you're putting your 3 outfielders in a more confined area, which is kind of what pitching with your fastball is about.
Burnett again with a 2-2 delivery, and swung on and missed. So Burnett gets the strikeout. 3 of them in the ball game, and there are 2 down here in the 5th inning.
Well, that's what we call reading the bat. Late on the fastball, and you throw a curveball, he almost doubles over the bag. Why would he want to mess around when you're throwing 93 to 98 miles per hour? Just run it away. Even if he hits it, your defense is over there. The only way it's really going to hurt you if he hits it in the seats.
2 down for Nolan Reimold. And outside, Reimold grounded out on a tremendous play made by Canó in the 3rd inning, denying him a base hit, making the throw from the shortstop side of second base. Burnett, the 1-0 to Reimold. And that's right in there for a strike, a fastball.
Yeah, the good news for the Orioles, because of the tenacity of the 23-year-old left-hander Brian Mattis, they have stayed in this game. Guy gets on one swing, you can tie it up. And he's done a nice job of keeping his team through the first 4 2/3 innings in this ballgame.
Breaking ball, and tough to hang in on that one. That had some real bend to it. 1-2. And Burnett has got the pitchers working here in this ball game. 1-ball, 2-strike count. 2 down. The short Jeter. And Burnett retires the side in order. That's 7 in a row that he's set down. Burnett continues to pitch well and protects that 2-0 Yankee lead. Second of his career against the Yankees. He has not walked anybody, has a couple of strikeouts, but the Yankees got on the board in the 1st and a homer by Canó in the 4th. There's the line, and we'll check in with Amber.
Well, Gary, as you mentioned earlier in the game, Brian Mattis had the most run support of any of the Orioles pitchers coming into this game, more than any of the other 2 combined. But tonight he's just not getting that run support. Before the game, Luke Scott told me he thinks he knows why Brian does tend to get more run support. He said he works fast, he throws strikes, he keeps his defenders in the game, he gets us back to the dugout. When we get up to hit at the plate, we're a little bit more sharp and focused. But Ty Wigginton told me he doesn't really buy into that whole theory. He said if that's true, then why is Kevin Millwood not getting run support either? He works fast, he throws strikes, but he's not getting that run support. So Kevin said, or Ty rather said, also when you come in, it doesn't matter how long you've been out in the field, you still don't want to go 0 for 4. You're still going to try to sharpen up when you come up to the plate and try to hit the ball. And I think Brian Mattis is seeing tonight that it doesn't matter how he throws, you can't really control the run support behind him, Gary.
Nope. And that one is hit by Canó to the gap in right center field. That's going to be almost out. Right off the top of that short wall, and Canó is Canó. 8-game hit streak, closing in on a 400 average, had a home run, a double, 2 for 3 tonight.
I asked him, do you ever pop one up? He said, well, I did last night, but right here, again, center cut. That's not going to get him out. I mean, he's just seeing the ball that well, looking for pitches, getting them. I mean, something he never, ever did in his career. He's really matured. You know, it's not like he can't hit because he hit 25 home runs, but, you know, horrible numbers with runners in scoring position, 207 last year. They're seeing a different hitter that has finally realized what it takes to do all facets of the game, and we've already seen what he can do with the glove.
An RBI chance, Marcus Thames. Told you that right now Cano's moving in on 400 for April. These are the all-time best averages in April. Stan Musial, the leader. Hank Aaron, John Milner, Kenny Singleton for the O's in 81, and Barry Bonds in 04. The best April averages. Down the line, Marcus Thames. He's got another base hit. Cano's going to come around to score. Reimold up with it. It is an RBI double. Thames is 3 for 3 in the ball game, and the Yankees have a 3-0 lead.
Well, he came in for 7 for 14. So he's now 10 for 17. And they got him for this reason. You know, platoon guy, not a great defensive player. I mean, not horrible, but he can hit lefties. So again, if you want to give a guy a rest, and here comes Canó to make it 3-0. Back-to-back doubles.
Marcus Thames, 2 singles and a double in the ball game tonight. And for Thames, that's his second RBI. Only 14 at-bats in 7 games prior to tonight.
And you really would assume they're going to try to get the runner over here. I wouldn't be surprised if Curtis Granderson doesn't bunt, hitting 208 against lefties coming into the game.
Granderson, 1 sacrifice on the year. Nobody out. He does square, takes the pitch for a strike. Granderson is flied to left, flied to center. 3 runs on 9 hits tonight for the Yankees. The Orioles, no runs on 2 hits. Top of the 6th inning. Everybody moving in the infield. The 0-1 delivery showed bunt, went after it. Home plate umpire Hirschbeck calling the strike because he tried to lay it down. Now 0-2.
There you go. Early run. Derek Jeter. He singles. Teixeira gets him the third. A-Rod gets him in, and then Canó. You know Canó. Boy, is he swinging the bat.
0-2 delivery, swung on and fouled back. If Robinson Cano keeps it going, he's going to have the highest batting average ever for a Yankee in the first month. There's no sign of him cooling off. 2-strike count. Granderson, the delivery to him is outside. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Ryan Mattis trying to shut this Yankee attack down. The Orioles clearly close enough to get back in. But nobody out in the inning. 1-2 delivery. Blocked by Wieters. Runner will stay. Tim's got the sign from Granderson not to go. Runner at second has a hard time seeing where that ball is when it gets blocked right there at the plate. Albers in the bullpen for the Orioles. Ryan Mattis 2-2. Anderson inside. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, you can see Brian trying to get the strikeout so they don't advance the runner. Pitch count now at what, 89.
102 pitches thrown each of his last 2 starts. Granderson lofts that one high to center. Jones, runner will stay. 3-2 fly ball out against Granderson. 1 down.
Kind of night though, 90 pitches when you haven't got any run support, probably a little more significant than 90 in a game like last night. CC Sabathia got the early 6-0 lead. Said he didn't really have much, but used his changeup well. It's the one pitch that Brian Mattis probably hadn't thrown a lot of last night. But it is nice to get run support, and it's easy where, and it's nice to where you can make a mistake or two and it doesn't cost you the ball game.
Early runs certainly help a pitcher's cause.
I still have to pitch well. I mean, it's not to take it away. You know, even with Bryant, so what if he gets runs? He's pitched well.
One down here, runner at second. First ball hitting. Cervelli, Wieters.
And again, I look at poise and command and the ability to understand what you have to do, and if you have a bad game, to make the adjustment. But when you look at poise, 23-year-old guy, they're hitting him around a little bit. Does he panic? Does he overthrow? No. He gets the outs, and he'll leave. If he gets this batter out, he'll leave with a chance to still win this game.
He's setting the stage here for an Oriole comeback win tonight.
If he can battle him, and he's done that in every inning. I mean, you still obviously have to get Gardner out. And it's not easy.
He is
very good at that. Yeah.
And struck out so far in at third base to Hado. Gardner will take the breaking ball. It will miss. Ball one.
And the problem is that, you want to make your pitches. He's been, as we mentioned, one of our keys to the game, left out because lefties until Canó came to the plate tonight. No extra base hits. But on deck is Derek Jeter.
3:33 against lefties coming in for Gardner. Same pitch, different result. Got that one in there. And a 1-1 count. Runner on at second base. A run in as Timms delivered second of back-to-back doubles. Canó scored. Timms has good speed at second base. The 1-1 delivery. Another breaking ball. That'll miss down low. 2-1 count. There are the numbers tonight. The Orioles only one in scoring position in the game, while the Yankees have gone 1 for 5. That was the hit in this inning by Timms. 2-1 to Gardner, and he'll foul it away to the seats. Orioles, of course, are going to see Daisuke Matsuzaka for the Red Sox in that 3-game series. His first game in his return. He'll be pitching in Saturday's game. Orioles have not announced the starter yet. Brad Bergeson is expected to be called up and start the game Saturday. Kevin Millwood, John Beckett Sunday. David Hernandez and John Lackey will work the opener tomorrow.
How about Beckett's ERA? 7.22, exactly what it was last April at this point. That's hard. I don't mean just the 7 runs. That's hard. As talented as he is, but just to have the exact same ERA, struggle in both Aprils and have it both times, 7.22.
Consistent.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
He's not happy about that.
No, he will have his game face on for Sunday's game.
Now the count has gone full. 3-2, 2 down. Timms off second base. And the 3-2 will be looped to left into the alleyway. Ramo reaching up, and he's got it. Gardner retired, a run in on a couple of hits. One left. The Yankees extend their lead to 3-0. Florida.org to plan your next vacation today at the spring training home of the Orioles in Sarasota. Siesta Beach right there. Now the Orioles bats have not been able to get it going. Only a couple singles in this game. One by Jones, one by Wigginton. separated by innings. A wild pitch moved Jones down, the only base runner to second in the ball game for the O's. It'll be Torres, Jones, and Markakis.
Yeah, good starting point would be a leadoff batter. Haven't been able to do it through the first 5. And again, Wigington was single up the middle, and of course Canó made a great play to throw out. So there have been some nice defensive plays, and then again A.J. Burnett, 97 walks last year, command of just about everything tonight.
Starts him out with a strike as Torres flied out to left field. His first time up. 4 hits, 8 at bats in this series. Only 2 for 16 lifetime against Burnett. And here we are in the 6th inning, and as Torres second at bat, off the end of the glove of Jeter, and the Orioles will get the leadoff man on as Torres a single.
Well, watch this ball. It's up just enough where a great hitting approach. You mentioned Gary Says are red hot. 3 multiple hit games in his last 3 games, looking to try to do it again tonight, and the Orioles will need that to get back in this game, but it's a good way to start.
You saw Jeter doing what great defensive players do. He was going with the pitch as it was being delivered. He was already moving. The pitch was going to be away. He knew it, so he was moving towards third base, and even then just missed.
Well, A.J. Burnett's had one of those nights where Cervelli goes, he's pretty much been able to hit the club, so you can lean a little bit. I mean, look at the target that this kid presents.
That one, a towering fly ball, center field. Granderson on the warning track puts that one away and guns it in. Jones a 1 for 3 on the fly ball out. Junior Orioles Dugout Club presented by Chick-fil-A. Perfect for all fans 14 and under. Kids get tickets to all 10 games, a Dugout Club hat, membership card, and it's all inside that great lunchbox. And it's only $17. The members get exclusive giveaway items, family and friends. They get tickets for only $6. 888-848-BIRD at Orioles.com or check by any Chick-fil-A location.
It was a honeymooner's fly ball. To the moon, Alice, to the moon. And that ball, if that ball just centered a little bit, it's going up towards the scoreboard.
Just missed.
Yeah, how?
One of these days, Alice. One of these days. Here's Nick Markakis 0 for 2. Nick was denied a base hit on a fine play by Rodriguez in the 3rd inning. That's Matt Albers for the 2nd time up in the bullpen. Markakis and then Wieters. 1-0 count. Orioles 3 hits, all singles. There's Torres on at first base. Being held. Opens that hole on the right side for Markakis. And the pitch is laid in there for a strike. 1-1. Markakis with that home run that he picked up against CC Sabathia. That was the first home run that Sabathia had surrendered in this ballpark in 50 innings of pitching that Nick got to break that mark. Torres pretty good lead. Here's the 1-1. That'll be down low. Cervelli jumps up and hangs on to it. 2 ball, 1 strike count.
But again, we talk about run support. At that point, I think it was 8-2. Made it 8-3. So one pitch is not going to beat you. I mean, he'd thrown the fastball, ended up in the outside middle of the plate, and Nick just launched it to left center field. Tonight, of course, a home run, double. That's going to get you right back in the ball game. I don't think it's going to get the bullpen up because of the pitch counts. Only 81 for A.J. Burnett. He's been very efficient tonight.
2 ball, 1 strike count. On the line. Now the adage for managers regarding the bullpen when it's not going well, do I have anybody out there who's any better than the guy I've got on the mound? And the answer right now for both of these ball clubs in many ways, but especially the Yankees, is no, I don't.
Well, that's the old school thing where Earl Weaver told me very early in my career, and I saw it the first time I ever kept a chart. I went down. Mike Cuellar had a 5-2 leads. Tovar of the Twins led off with Carew, Oliva, and Killebrew coming up. I said, Mr. Weaver, this is 135th pitch. He said, son, I'll let you know when he's tired. Double play, fly ball to center, game's over. I'm walking off the bench. He said, you get my point? I said, yes, I did.
Mr. Weaver.
Yeah.
Whoa, what a play by Cervelli.
You know that was my first year with him.
That's absolutely.
And then, of course, we all came up with different names for Earl, but...
Little Barishnikov right here.
Oh, yeah. Well, but this kid could catch. I don't know if that's going to happen every night. But again, look how quick he is to even get over there on a breaking ball that bounces even with the plate. Otherwise, you get a runner in scoring position for the second time.
Take away the possible double play. See how that looms here in the inning. Tony Pena plotting him. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Is Torres off first? 1 away. Will he run? Burnett, yes, he does. Markakis fouls it off.
You know, the irony of Posada getting hit on the knee, A.J. Burnett has said that he really enjoys pitching to Francisco Cervelli. So by Posada not being able to play tonight, Joe Girardi really has a decision made for him.
Managers will take any of those they can get in the course of a year, won't they?
And Joe, always the tactician and diplomat. I mean, last year when they moved Damon from first to second, he would never tell you this because Jeter hit into 28 double plays in 2008. It was just that Jeter is a good hitter and he can hit anywhere, which he can. He hit 334, and Damon, just said, where do you want me to hit? I'll hit second. And he had 24 home runs, so things work out for managers when you have good players.
3 ball, 2 strike count will be delivered the second time by Burnett. As Torres was running on the last one and was going there too.
Almost caught him leaning. 12 steals last year, 24 the year before, and then not a very good pickoff throw. This year only 1 out of 3. I mean, the Orioles only have 6 stolen bases, and Brian Roberts, who's on the DL, has 2 of them.
3-2, runner goes, and the throw doesn't matter. It's a ball.
Well, you can see the throw.
You always worry about that because sometimes the catcher hears something that we don't see, and Cervelli came up throwing, and it was ball 4.
Yeah, he throws a P to second base, and the ball looks like it's down and in, and Don Hirschbeck, see that ball off the plate. Look at this release. Quick, on the money, you would have been out. So the Orioles
knew he waited.
Yeah, wow.
Got the hand out of there.
See a better throwing catcher?
On the money.
That's why he threw out 60% of the runners last year.
So the Orioles trying to get it going. Here's Matt Wieters. Second time the Orioles have had a runner at second in the ball game. 1 down. And Wieters will foul it away. Matt's after his first hit in this series. He has flied out, struck out tonight. And Wieters has an 0 for 8 in the 3-game set.
And they play him around. I mean, look at Granderson. I mean, here's your center fielder. Usually, if you're going to play, you're going to either play a step over to the right or a step here. So they're playing him to pull, and Wieters doesn't pull that many balls. I mean, huge gap in left center field. You can run forever.
Wieters 4 for 21 with runners in scoring position. Now to ground it ashore. Jeter to Canó. Relay not in time. Ball not hit hard enough to turn 2, but they do get the second out of the inning.
Yeah, they're running fastball, and the play really develops slowly. You see Canó, Davey Johnson once said there's about 5 different ways for a second baseman to turn the double play. And again, I mean, look how slowly this is. Matt's trying to get down there as quickly as he can, and then just the throw. And I think ideally you'd like to get the throw a little bit earlier if the ball's hit, and then clear the runner and put something on it. Couldn't do that.
Canó really gets rid of the ball in a hurry. Watch him at second.
Well, I mean, look at this right here. Yeah,
break it up.
And as long as you're in contact with the bag, you can do that. They may not like it because it was almost like a hook slide.
So it'll be Tejada. First and third, 2 down. Orioles down 3-0 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Tejada's had an 0 for 2. He grounded out and then had a put up by the catcher in a ball that just barely went in front of the plate. And Cervelli picked it up and tagged him out. 1 strike count on him. Tejada, a couple of hits, 9 at bats in this series. He's done pretty well against Burnett. Lifetime with a 5 for 17. And you see with runners in scoring position, Tejada's been one of the few Orioles to have a very solid number. First and third for him here. Here's the 0-1. And he takes it to center field. Granderson going back. He's got room. And will haul it in. Well, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 are left on base. The end of 6, 3-0 Yankees.
7th of the year. We'll give the Yankees a 2-0 lead, and then right here, another double after Canó double. That'll make it 3-0. That's all the scoring for tonight's game. And then your pitching, A.J. Burnett really on his game tonight. No runs yet. Control good. Brian Mattis battled him. And the Yankees could have gotten more, but he did not let them get them.
So Matt Albers will come out of the bullpen now and try and hold the Yankees down as we go to the 7th inning. He'll face the top of the order.
Yeah, back-to-back nights for Matt. Had a chance to talk to him. I mean, our big article in the paper that he, when they make some roster changes, he may go. And I said, listen, just get back to doing what you do best. And he said, well, a lot of times I overthrow. And I said, sink it. You know, good velocity, 93 to 95. Stop thinking about making perfect pitches. If you throw it to the middle, it's probably not going to go there. He said, well, that kind of makes sense. And so it's been a struggle for him. But again, it's a night where, you know, it's not ever easy against this Yankee team, and Jeter's going to lead it off. But, you know, keep him in the ball game. Shut him out for an inning and see if your offense can do something for you.
Jeter has had 2 hits, 2 singles, 2 for 3, and he has scored a run in the first inning. Sac fly. Rodriguez brought him in. Canó's had a home run, his 7th, and Marcus Thames is 3 for 3 with an RBI double with the 3 Yankee runs. Jeter 1 for 6 lifetime off Albers as we go to the 7th. Winner of this ball game takes this series. The Orioles won the first series against the Yankees last year. Ended up 5-13 against the Yankees in the year, though. Fouled off and a 1-ball 1-strike count on Jeter. We were noting this is Derek Jeter's 223rd game against the Orioles. He leads all active players in games against the O's. And he's made the Orioles pay for it, as he's got a 304 lifetime average against Baltimore with 22 career home runs.
Yeah, he had 111 RBIs going into last night. Yeah,
Weeder's given a chance here to recoup that foul ball, get a piece of him. The Hirschbeck went out, and had a word with Albers. 1-1 delivery. Wow, you talk about a jam shot. 1 down.
Well, there's your movement. Ball ran. Stay behind it. Don't pitch sideways. And you'll be effective, especially, you know, I asked him, I said, you know, it seems like you've struggled since you had the labrum problem. He said, my arm feels great. And that ball looks like it's going to be in the inside corner and just keeps coming. How about the job that John Hirschbeck has done behind the plate? There has been one complaint all night long from pitchers or hitters.
Total silence.
Yep.
Which he loves.
Well,
Swisher 0 for 3 in the ball game, 6 for 12 though in the series. And that is going to be outside. Swisher concluding a very good road trip. He's 11 for 30 on this road trip of 9 games.
Yeah, a lot of change-ups from Brian Mattis, and got him out in front. Didn't center the ball.
There's an off-speed pitch in there. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Swisher. Hitting .271, couple of homers. 11 RBIs. Albers 1-1 delivery to him. Not close. 1-2.
Well, again, a good fastball that doesn't get overthrown, and if you stay on top of it, it goes down, and if you fly open, it stays laterally, and that's the one they usually hit, especially lefties. Been a little bit of battle since last year when lefties hit .342 for Matt Albers.
That one will be fouled away. Tampa Bay's rocking along a 10-1 lead against Kansas City tonight as they try and make it 5 in a row with that 2.5 game lead over the Yankees.
Well, that's 14 out of 16 too. I mean, if you want to project going back,
it's pretty good April to start.
They had a great March too. All-time record, 20 wins for them.
Their best April ever in their franchise history. 1-2 delivery, and again that'll be foul back. And a 1 ball 2 strike count remains.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to go back in there. That down and in. Swisher had one in. Matt Wieters is coming out. I don't know if we want to go into that zip code because it's going to go a long way. It's one of those warehouse balls.
Swisher with 15 career home runs against the Orioles. Some of the press tried to get him to talk about how well he hits here at Camden Yards and against the O's, and he would have no part of it. I don't know. I just hope it keeps up.
I see the ball. I hit it. And hope good things continue.
1-2 delivery to him, and Swisher goes down swinging. Matt Albers gets the strikeout, and there are 2 down here in the 7th inning.
Well, Matt Albers is out of options. I mean, look at this breaking ball. And again, straight down, because again, his arm was at the slot where he can get on top of his breaking ball, so it's not flat at all. He can throw one much better than that.
2 down, Mark Teixeira. And the off-speed pitch will miss up high. He is doubled, flied out, and popped out in the ball game. A 3-0 Yankee lead. Albers trying to have a 1-2-3 inning. Teixeira 2 for 7 with a home run off Albers. And that pitch is in there for a strike.
Yeah, their hitting instructor, Kevin Long, I was talking to him along with Kenny Singleton, who broadcasts for the Yankees, and he said, you know, we do all the mechanical stuff, and Tech's perfect. And he said, I'd be worried if I didn't know he's going to get red hot the last 4 months of the year like he did last year. But he said, you don't want to mess around with him with mechanics. It just doesn't work. I mean, you can do the toss drills, you can do the one-arm drills and whatever, but he eventually figures it out.
And April has always been this, we've mentioned before, the month that he just doesn't hit in. He knows that. He tried to change that psychologically this year by considering spring training the first month, and then by the time I get here, it'll feel like the second month kind of thing.
Yeah, and then Guthrie hit him in the arm.
Yeah.
And he missed like 3 days. You know, last year he didn't do the World Baseball Classic because he wanted to be prepared in his first year as a Yankee. That didn't really work very well.
1-2 delivery to him. That's going to be taken down low.
Well, ultimately it did when he hit 39 home runs and drove in 120 runs and won a Gold Glove. But April wasn't good. Wasn't kind to him.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Bases empty. Shift is on. Teixeira hitting into the shift to the pitcher. And that'll do it. Good job by Albers. He comes on and retires the side in order. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Please drink responsibly.
You know, it's just something that's, when I'm there, I'm just chewing it. Every once in a while, I catch myself, and I just realize that I'm beating this gum down. My mom would send me a text during the game saying, we were out there looking at you, and you're just out there beating that gum down. Stop eating it. Are you hungry or something? I don't know. It's just something, I guess I like gum.
Doesn't even know he does it.
No, well, that's an art form, though.
That is.
It is.
If you thought about it, you wouldn't be able to do it. Covering the bases with Adam Jones, the Orioles center fielder tonight.
Well, remember when you were a kid, when you used to get the baseball cards? One of the reasons I got them.
It's the gum.
The gum.
Absolutely. Yeah. That square patch of gum, which usually was about 500 years old. But
it would break into all kinds of pieces. And then you take your Mickey Mantle card and put it on your bike to make it more sound. Big mistake.
Yeah, big mistake. Orioles go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. A.J. Burnett will stay out on the mound, the starter for the Yankees. His starts: 5 against Boston, 7 against Tampa Bay and Texas, 6 1/3 in his last outing against the Angels. He beat Tampa Bay and Texas, non-decision against Boston and the Angels. Has a 2-0 record. Scott will lift that one in the air to left field. Gardner. Another rainmaker. One pitch and one out here in the 7th. Time to text in your vote. AT&T Player of the Game. The candidates tonight. Burnett, who's out there looking for the win. Robinson Canó, another big offensive night. He scored twice. He's got a double and a home run in the game. Brian Mattis, 3 runs, 9 hits, 6 innings. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 51862. Ty Wigginton, 1 for 2 with a single. 6-game hit streak for Wigginton now, hitting at .328. And that is a strike on the outside corner.
Well, Dave Island did a terrific job last year, because in A.J. Burnett's last 24 starts, he went 11-7, but in only 4 of them did he give up more than 3 runs. So he said, do you realize how good a stuff you have? Let's be more aggressive in the middle of the plate. And it's not like he's got a nibble. I mean, the ball is running all over the place. He's got a great curveball. Hadn't thrown the changeup or anything like tonight, because he really has it. But just be more aggressive, get ahead of the hitters, and they're going to expand the strike zone. Everybody does. I mean, it's just the nature of the game. Nobody wants to get called out on strike 2, so you're going to swing.
0-2 delivery on the way. Wigginton, he's not denied a cut at the plate, fouls it back. Wiggy just out of the top 10 in batting average at .328. Ichiro is 10th right now at .330 in the American League, which is led by Robinson Canó. 0-2 count. Burnett, 1 down, 7th inning, nobody on. Brian Hughes waiting on deck. 0-2. Wow, that did a 90-degree turn right there off Cervelli, the catcher.
Well, I mean, watch him. And he almost catches it. This ball was so far outside. If you're a left-handed hitter, you would have actually probably, I don't know, a ball would have been behind you.
Got him right in the
Well,
shoe.
again, when we saw this with Jeremy Guthrie, when you get side to side, you swing the leg, a lot of times you just fly open. And it's very hard to release the ball where you want it.
And take that one in the stomach. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wigginton trying to draw a walk here. Only 1 surrendered by Burnett. That came in the 6th inning to Nick Markakis. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and 1 wild pitch. Orioles, with 4 runners left on, have gotten only 2 into scoring position. 1 to third and 1 to second. Burnett with a 2-2. Wigginton just got enough to keep his at-bat going.
Well, it tells you how good he's swinging, and because he got a pretty good curveball and he was able to foul it off. And when you're out there pitching, and you like A.J. Burnett, he said, I usually get guys out with that pitch. Now I got to make another one. I want to know how Cervelli learned how to catch this well out of Venezuela. Somebody really did a nice job early on.
97th pitch coming from Burnett. 2-2 delivery, and another one. Maybe a sign that the tank may be nearing empty, as for the first time Burnett, little problem locating where he wants to be.
Yeah, and I think also, Gary, what happens is you figure, okay, scouting report is this guy's a good fastball hitter, but then you fail to look at the scoreboard and you say, you know what, if I make my pitch, my fastball, single's not going to hurt me. I don't want to go 3-2. He can make a great pitch, and Hirschbeck, who's having a great night behind the plate, could miss it, and all of a sudden you get a free pass. You just don't even want to go 3-2.
And Wigginton battling him here as he fouls it back again.
Because you're going to do exactly now 3-2 what you should have probably done 2-2, which is throw the fastball, because the last thing he wants to do is walk him here. No free passes when you're 3 runs up in the 7th inning.
Base runners have come at a premium for the Orioles in this ball game. And they need him now, well within striking distance here if a couple can get on. Here's the 3-2 delivery. And Wigginton, he launches another one of those rainmakers. The center, Granderson. And they're 2 away. It's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. With Jim Palmer and Amber Theo Harris, I'm Gary Thorne. Another good ball game, another close one. The Orioles are used to it. 3-6 in 1-run games. The Yankees 0-1 in one-run baseball games. They played in the fewest anyone in the majors. Swung on and missed by Hughes. Hughes has struck out and grounded out. Ryan up with 2 down and nobody on. Albers worked the last inning, retired the side in order to hold that score. Hughes towards second. Canó gets in front. And Burnett, a 1-2-3 inning. We've completed 7 now. Final game of the set against the Yankees, and the Yankees lead at 3-0. Rethink possible. And Albers will stay on here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards in the 3-0 Yankee lead. We were talking about the one-run ball games. The Orioles certainly have seen more than their share. 92 MLB games decided by a run, 29% this year. Orioles, though, 43% of their games, with 9 of the 21 that they have played. It seems like there have been a lot of one-run ball games, not just with the Orioles, but around Major League Baseball this year. To start,
I think runs are down a little bit. No rainouts, as you talked about, till what, about 2.5 weeks?
Only one, right? One postponement, I think.
So this probably be one batter, A-Rod for Matt Albers with Castillo in the bullpen. Lefty for Canó on deck. Whether he gets him out or not, I would imagine, because you can't afford to give him any more runs. And a good matchup, and the magic wand is on deck.
0 for 2 and a sac fly in the ball game for Rodriguez. A-Rod at 253 on the season. Big 13 RBIs, though, have been put up. Rodriguez 0 for 3 off Albers.
I think you can see he's struggling a little bit. It's not that he's certainly not capable of hammering one at any moment, but even then, late swing on the breaking ball. Very rarely would he swing at a curveball with that kind of swing when he's ahead in the count.
1-1 delivery to him, and he got jammed and chops that one foul.
Well, you know, again, if you go back to that article, what's happening with Matt Albers is that all of a sudden we're seeing the Matt Albers that we saw 2 years ago, where he's throwing strikes, getting his breaking ball over. And again, if you're out of options, there are scouts here, and there are some bullpens that. So it's going to be tough. I would be, you know, again, this is like a first for a while because he's really been struggling, but this is pretty special stuff here.
1-2 is going to miss inside. Albers knows a couple of changes will be coming in the roster. One of them for Saturday. And if Brad Bergeson indeed does return to pitch, got to make room. Koji Uehara, looks like next week he'll be back.
I guess he's pitching tonight an inning down at Bowie.
And that's going to be outside. I think he pitched today, didn't he?
Well,
he had a morning. Yeah, he had a morning game. He had a scoreless inning, walked one, second rehab assignment.
Anyway, any pitch count? Because I know he had 15 on Tuesday.
No. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Delivery by Albers, and again fouled off. Here's Koji working earlier today.
Somebody must have gotten on because they just stole second.
But he took care of it. Well, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Coach O'Hara says, I'm ready.
Well, sideburns are ready. I can tell you that.
And he hopes the arm is ready. 3-2 delivery, and that'll be fouled back.
Those are the 70s sideburns that I used to have. You know, baseball card pictures.
Still have the scarf that went with the open shirt? You go with it?
No. But you know what?
Everybody had those.
Well, there was a car dealer here, Mr. Nobody, and when we had 70s night, I just went into his... Mr. Nobody? Nobody sells for less than Mr. Nobody. Anyway, I just went in his closet. He's still wearing the 70s stuff. It's perfect. You know, you could, if you fell in the water, the
lapels would
they keep you afloat.
Tejada gets the hop at third base this time. And A-Rod is retired, so he's got an 0 for 3 in the game and an 0 for 12 in the series.
Well, you're seeing Matt Albers dealing tonight. I mean, right there, sinker, ball 1. Then comes back with a breaking ball. Not a very good swing by Alex. Running fastball, 1 and 2. Gets him off the plate. Tries to strike him out. 3 and 2. There's another good sinker running in. Again on the fist. Well, this is just good moving stuff with good velocity at 94. Did exactly what Dave Tremblay wanted him to do tonight. Keep him in the game.
4 hitters, 4 retired. And now Castillo will come on to face the red-hot Robinson Canó. By Home Savings of America and Southwest Airlines. Sunday, May 16, fans get a reserved bleacher seat, exclusive 2110 Utah Street t-shirt, only $21. Nick and Adam will be out there to interact with fans. You get some baseballs from them, and there are special promotions, prizes, and more. Space is limited. 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com for 2110 Utah. Castillo to pitch.
Yeah, he's done a marvelous job. They called him up, Andy McPhail, president of baseball operations, saying trying to upgrade the talent, and they saw him the last 2 years, had a very good spring. Lefties 0 for 6.
Robinson Canó. Canó up against him, hitting .304 off the southpaws. Cano's had another big ball game with a double homer, the RBI, and 2 runs scored, 2 for 3. Now has an 8-game hit streak.
I was going to circle that 400.
About that. He's made the 400 mark.
Yep, on the nose. It's kind of the way he's hitting the ball.
And Canó to right field. Marquez going back, looking up, and goodbye home run. Cano's second home run of the ball game, his 8th of the year. He has become a real unbelievable hitter.
Well, wait till you see this swing, Gary. I mean, they talk about staying inside the ball. Watch him collapse his hand. Now the ball's inside. Look, boom. And he just turns on it, stays into it. You know, the short swings are what that front arm does, and he just kind of rotates. This is what Kevin Long, the hitting instructor, talks about, rotating through the ball. And again, gets a good pitch to hit. He's just not missing him.
3 home runs in this series for Robinson Cano, 2 of them coming in this ball game. And it is now a 4-0 lead. Amazing.
Well, it really is. You know, we were up here, so I wasn't really watching him take batting practice. I don't think he could have hit it any harder when he knew what was coming.
Truly, you don't see even at this level hitters have this kind of a run for almost an entire month, and that's what he has done, and he should be smiling. 2-0 count, Marcus Timms, and he will take the pitch inside. Timms has had a 3-for-3 ball game, 2 singles, a double, and an RBI.
Now, he almost won a batting title, talking about Canó, back in 2006. Hit 342, but it was a whole different type of guy. 15 home runs, and the home runs have gone up. 25 last year, hit 320. I mean, it's not like hitting 300 and swinging well is not something new for him, because it certainly is. I mean, it isn't.
The Castillo follows up the home run with a walk to Marcus Timms. Granderson's had an 0-for-3, 3 fly ball outs. Castillo has worked just 3 1/3 innings, first home run off him this year. Granderson will take that pitch for a strike.
Yeah, first hit by a lefty. The total, I mean, righties were 1-for-4, so hitters, and again, only 3 brief appearances, were 1-for-10.
0-1 count on Granderson. That one caught, and a double play.
Pretty nifty there.
Timms headed to second base. The home run by Robinson Cano in the 8th inning is the one that will give the Yankees the 4-0 lead. This double play will end it. Find out why 1,000 people are switching to Chevy each day at ChevyDealer.com. Yankees trying to take this rubber match of the 3-game set. The 4-0 lead as the double-digit hit figure is reached now. 10 for the Yankees. Makes it a little easier for A.J. Burnett as he will continue on. He's had an effective and efficient night in this ball game.
Well, he really has. I mean, he's been very aggressive. Only the walk to Nick Markakis, the free pass, and you know, again, great stuff tonight. Great movement with the fastball, late life, velocity. I mean, he's added, he's subtracted, and then of course when you get to add all the way up to 98, that hasn't done that really that often. But I think the Oriole hitters know he has it, and then he's had pretty good command with his curveball tonight.
So the home run by Canó, that much tougher now to get back here. Nolan Reimold will lead it off. Reimold 0-for-2 in the game. A couple of ground ball outs. One that went to Canó, and he made a great play on him to rob him of a base hit. Orioles come in with the lowest run total per game in the American League at 3.3. And tonight certainly haven't helped the cause. Still looking to get that first one up against Burnett.
You know, and the pitching has been pretty consistent, spotty a couple of times. Really, I keep reading where they are. We haven't been blown out, but when you're not scoring a lot of runs, 5 or 6 runs, even 4 when you're getting shut out is getting blown out. But it's not a blowout because you still pitch well. But so far in 21 games, as we look at, I think Marte, so getting ready, they've been outscored by 40 runs in the first 21 games. They've only scored 70 runs, giving up 110 coming into this ball game.
Dana Evelyn shut them out for Toronto. The one time the Orioles have been shut out this season. Reimold will take it down low. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Reimold and his Torres in the top of the order. Jones are due up. Orioles have the Red Sox series to open tomorrow. David Hernandez against John Lackey. David will be looking for his first win, 0-3. Lackey 2-1. 2-ball, 2-strike delivery. Reimold down low. And he gets it full, 3-2.
Well, I take my chances with a bullpen, even though Marte has pitched very well this year. Just because Burnett's been that good tonight.
3-2 delivery.
8 pitches.
And that's been happening all night. Those towering fly balls, center field.
Well, I made a living doing that. If you have a live fastball, and AJ has that tonight, you can get away with it.
1 down. Don't miss your chance to meet Orioles outfielder Nolan Reimold this Saturday at Slavy Federal Savings Bank in Bel Air. Nolan's going to be on hand from noon until 1, signing autographs, meeting fans. That's at the Slavy Federal Savings Bank on Churchville Road in Bel Air. For details on all of the Orioles community appearances, go to OriolesReach.com. 1 down, 8th inning. As Torres a single and flied out to left field. And we'll take it for a strike. Torres now hitting just 193, even though he's had 5 hits in 9 at bats in this series. Burnett with the 0-1 up high. Interesting note, they've seen on the All-Star game changes coming up. Going to be an expanded roster, 34 players. They've added 2 more. Any pitcher that works on the Sunday before the All-Star game is going to be ineligible to pitch, and his place will be taken on the roster. So you can get named to the All-Star team, but if you pitch on that Sunday, you're not going to be eligible, and someone else will be put on the roster. I would assume that pitcher could still go to the All-Star game.
Yeah, he'd probably be invited. I know that I think my 6 All-Star games, Earl would not let me pick. I would have my normal rest because he thought it was that important. I didn't really like that because you lose a starter, so and you want to make sure you have a good season. But yeah, it's really difficult to do that. We would pitch more innings back then than they do now. And then, of course, the DH now. Each team has a DH, which is so I guess the DH is not leaving.
DH is now permanent for All-Star games no matter where the game is played. So that pretty much answers the question about the future of the DH rule. It isn't going anywhere. Tony La Russa was quoted as saying about the pitchers, he said, I know we've always said the pitchers on that Tuesday are throwing on the normal sideline day, but he said that doesn't make it any easier. The game is different, and I'd just as soon not have any of my starters who worked on Sunday pitching on Tuesday.
And then also, of course, whoever wins gets the home field advantage in the World Series, which is huge for your league.
3-2 delivery on the way as Torres takes that to left. Gardner was over there and in. So he meanders over and puts it away as Torres another fly ball out, and there are 2 down.
And we showed you Dave Island, the pitching coach of the Yankees, going to the book. He's just a little concerned because last inning 3-2 in Wigington, 3-2 in Reimold, 3-2 in Torres. And again, the pitch count at 113, which for a guy, and they're discussing it, for a guy like A.J. Burnett, certainly capable of doing it. But, you know, I was thinking last night when they left Sabathia out there with a huge lead. It turned out to be an 8-3 win. He pitched into the 8th inning. This is a team that certainly is built to play all the way to the end of October. So while it may not mean that much, you know, 10, 12, 15 pitches, if you do it most of the year, it does take its toll.
2 down. Jones takes a strike. Adam 1 for 3 with a single in the ball game. Yankees up 4-0, and we are in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Yankees got out on top first inning. Sac fly Rodriguez. Canó's got 2 home runs, and Marcus Timms has an RBI double. Run around on that, and a 2-strike count. Adam has had 6 hits in 25 at bats off Burnett. including the one tonight. 1 home run, lifetime off the Yankee right-hander.
Well, he had a home run swing and skied it about as high as you can hit it to center field, and at least right center field would have gone a mile if he had centered it just a smidgen more.
Good swing, he's gone, but that gets a strikeout. Doesn't smash his helmet or bat down, though. Adam Jones listened to both of the mums, his real mom and his second family mom. There they are. Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. The mighty big. Sultan a swat. So far, the Yankees haven't needed him tonight. A 4-0 lead. We go to the 9th inning. Yankees have Cervelli, Gardner, and Jeter due up. Castillo giving up the home run to Canó in the 8th inning. And a walk, but got the double play to end it. Cervelli's had a single, 1 for 3 in the ball game. First ball hitting to center, Jones. One down in the top of the 9th. Visit the official online shop of the Orioles at Orioles.com. You can browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. It's the official source, the Orioles.com shop. One down. Here's Brett Gardner. Gardner up high. 0 for 3 in the ball game, 2 for 12 in the series.
And hasn't dropped even an attempted bunt in the series.
Batting at .295. Mariano Rivera is up in the bullpen. It is not a safe situation at the moment, but they need some time.
Well, they're back to New York to play the White Sox, I believe. Before
yes. 1-1 delivery, and that is fair down the line right off the shot. Gardner will get a second. Reimold will get it in. Gardner's got a double with one away.
And watching Derek Jeter, who started out last night's game right over the bag. He just scorches this one. Well, it's a great hitting approach because you know his deal, trying to make a good pitch outside portion. You just go with it. Sometimes you get fortunate, have a good swing. I mean, watch this one. It's just away. Great angle right here. Just slices it inside. He hit a little flare last night for another base hit down the. So he gets 3 hits in this series.
So that. With Robinson Canó way out on top of the 2-homer, 3-hit, 3-run scored game. Still time to text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. The results on the O's Extra post-game show. Jason Birkin.
Yeah, nice start for Jason this year. Last 10 innings, only 1 run. I think he did give up an inherited runner up in Boston on Sunday. Orioles came back and won that game. So again, I mean, it just seems like, 4-pitch pitcher. Last year as a starter, high ERA, but pretty good spring. Pitched them very well. Had a couple of bad games. One against the Red Sox, but all in all, it seems like at least he has a better idea what he needs to do to be successful here at the Major League.
Derek Jeter looking for his 3rd hit of the game. The 2 for 4, 2 singles and a run scored. The runner at second base, that's Gardner. Gardner and the double with 1 away. And an 11-hit attack in the ball game tonight for the Yankees. They picked up 15 hits in the ball game last night.
Yeah, the Orioles had 11 hits last night, but only 3 runs. Tonight, no runs, 3 hits.
Jammed it. 1 for 6 off Birkin for Jeter. Orioles trying to keep this right where it's at. Maybe looking at Mariano Rivera. No, he was throwing in the bullpen. Or maybe looking at Burnett coming back out. I would doubt it. But
no, he was high-fiving not high-fiving. He was getting congratulations. But I would imagine they probably just want to give Mariano an inning. That's a pretty nice guy to hand the ball to, isn't it?
How often do you see him look like that when he's standing out? That's amazing. You want to put that on your VCR. That went off Jeter's foot. Mariano Rivera, when he gets up in the bullpen, has that game face, that stoic game face.
Well, that will change, though.
Well, when he comes in, but usually, though, even when he's warming up, apparently it's only in safe situations that he stays stoic, and if it's not a safe situation, then he smiles.
A little 2-seamer down and in, right off the toe.
Hope that was steel plated.
It isn't. John Hirschbeck has that. It might slow you down, though, running down to first with those umpire shoes.
2-2 count. Jeter to right field. Marquez has it. Runner tags. Throw to the cutoff man. No play. So Gardner moves up, but there are 2 down with Jeter retired on the fly ball.
That was the famed backup slider that didn't break, and then Derek jams himself for the second out.
Well, Swisher will get an RBI chance with 2 away. And a runner at third base. Nick Swisher batting second is 0 for 4. 6 for 13 in the series. The Yankees try and add one here in the top of the 9th inning. And that is the strike on the inside corner. The Yankees, runners in scoring position, 2 down, have a very solid .319 batting average, helped out by Swisher. He's hitting .400 in these situations. That is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike out of Nick Swisher.
Well, he comes out of that Oakland organization, and I think if you go back and you can get a pretty good idea that he understands what the philosophy of hitting is. When he hits 29 home runs back in 2004, walks 103 times, strikes out 109, all in one season.
Takes that one in the air to left center field. Reimel will make the play. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. 3 to work with for the O's. Marquez, Wieters, and Tejada. 5-0 for the Orioles. And even though it is a non-save situation, Mariano Rivera will come out of the bullpen to try and complete the ball game.
Yeah, A.J. Burnett was superb tonight. Everything was going, and then again, 532 career saves. 2 more strikeouts. He will tie Roger Clemens for 10th on the all-time strikeout list. And I guess the longer picture, I mean, this is what the Yankees have always about. He's saved just about 90% of his opportunities, 62 of the last 66 save opportunities. And even in the postseason last year, where he was amazing, 5 out of 5. You know, he had some shoulder problems throwing 89. They still had trouble hitting him. So there you go. Trevor Hoffman now with the Brewers. And Lee Smith, who I had a chance to see here, who was lights out, made the ball look like a golf ball. He threw it so hard, knee-high on the outside corner. And John Franco, longtime Met, and then Dennis Eckersley, Hall of Famer, that we saw in Boston on Sunday.
So Rivera will be on to try and finish the ball game, and the Orioles will try and make the big comeback here in the 9th inning. Markakis, Wieters, and Tejada due up. Burnett with a no runs, 3 hits over 8, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and a wild pitch. Burnett trying to go 3-0 on the year, 10-2 lifetime against the Orioles, and 5-0 here in Baltimore. Markakis goes after the first pitch. Second base, right field swisher. He's got it. Markakis retired.
I was talking to Mariano. He actually showed me the grip on his cutter. He's come up with a 2-seamer that'll go away into the righties, away from the lefties. But it's pretty conventional, and he will. I was reading an article where he showed everybody how to throw it, just nobody can do it as well as he can.
2 years they tried to get rid of that pitch. He and Mel Stottlemyre tried to find a way to get rid of the cutter because he couldn't figure out where it was going or why. Then they said, wait a minute, nobody's hitting it.
No.
So they kept it. And thus Mariano Rivera. Here's Wieters, who will take it inside. Wieters an 0 for 3 in the ball game, 0 for 9 in the series. 1 down, bottom half of the 9th inning. Wieters against Rivera, just 0 for 1. And that pitch will miss inside for a ball.
What do you think? Mike Flanagan pointed this out the other day when he was up in the booth. His first year was with the Gulf Coast Yankees. He pitched 52 innings and gave up 1 run. Do you think they might have figured, hey, we have a prospect, not a suspect?
That might be a clue. Now Rivera, part of the core 4, as they're now called, for the Yankees. Ian Jeter, of course, 2 great veterans. And that pitch is in there for a strike. Andy Pettit, Girardi, the manager. They are the
and Jorge Posada.
Jorge Posada,
yep.
the players. Yep.
They've been together.
3-2 delivery to him and walked him. O's have only 2 walks in the ball game.
Another thing that Mariano doesn't do very often. 7 games, or actually make it 8 games, 7 innings, 1 walk.
Rivera checking over at first. Teixeira almost scared him when he hollered, because Mariano's not used to having a first baseman holler at him because nobody's ever on. Tejada's got an 0 for 3 in this game. And will take the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Yankees looking to take the series and get their 14th win of the year. They won't hold the runner. Pitch is taken away. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Tejada against Rivera, 6 for 23. 2 veterans who've seen a lot of one another over the years.
Well, you know the ball is usually going, if you're right-handed, from right to left, going away from you, veering that way. Just don't know how much. And right there, even there, you think, okay, that was a really good swing. 92-mile-per-hour cutter, up and away, but you just, if you look at the bat, I mean, there's a sweet spot of what, about 4 or 5 inches? And your job as a hitter is try to get it in there. If you had an orange spot, just maybe a couple of inches above that, but not too far down on the end.
because the bats again are much lighter than they used to be.
1-2 delivery to Tejada.
And that's that two-seamer, Gary. You know, away. 4 pitches out over the plate. And then all of a sudden he just turns it over. He started throwing this pitch a couple of years ago. It just stays in and runs back towards you. Again, doesn't throw a slider. He said the last slider he threw was to Jim Leyritz. He hit it in the bullpen. That was 1998.
So the Orioles, with 1 out to work with here, in danger of being shut out for the second time this year. Evelyn did it for Toronto. The win he got. Burnett, Rivera here. Popped up. There'll be no play on it. Luke Scott 0 for 3 in this ball game. As the Oriole bats quieted by Burnett tonight. Orioles have left only 4 on base, getting 1 runner to second, 1 runner to third in different innings.
Well, he was that good. Only late did he get some 3-2 counts, but didn't give in. Riding, moving, sinking, running fastball, and good breaking ball.
In the air to right field, Nick Swisher is there. And this ball game is in the books. So the Yankees take the rubber match as they win this one, shutting out the Orioles by a score of 4-0 and take 2 out of 3 here at Camden Yards. The Red Sox will be next. David Hernandez takes the mound against John Lackey tomorrow. Our coverage on Masson HD begins at 6:30 with O's Extra, presented by Ford, followed by game coverage at 7. For Jim Palmer and Amber Theo Harris, all of our great crew here, thanks everybody. The Yankees win it by a score of 4-0. This has been a Masson presentation. It was the Yankees again getting out to an early lead against Brian Mattis, who had suffered his first loss this season. How that happened and affected this game right now.